Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. I hope you're having a lovely Wednesday, whatever you're up to. It's Wednesday evening here in the UK, and that means one thing. It is, of course, time for Creative Cravings. Creative Cravings is that one opportunity of the week where we maybe take things back to basics a little bit more so than we would ordinarily. It's also a great chance to get any crafty questions in whatsoever, and definitely always the best time to get those crafty questions in is when we have our very own headmistress of Crafters TV with us. Jan's in the building. Before we say hi to Jan, lots of you tuning in and saying hello already. Laquietta's in Kentucky. Claire is here as well. Oh, hang on, let me try and pronounce this. Claire is in Kealakekua. Let me try that again. Kealakekua. Kealakekua. I think that's right. It's in Hawaii. Wow. Kealakekua. Have I got that right, Claire? Please let me know. Probably not. Sorry if I butchered it and offended the people of that town. Georgie Ann says hi, John Jan from Clearwater, Florida. Also to the CTV family and crafty friends. And also welcome Keith. Yes, Keith will be joining us in about an hour's time. But it's myself and the lovely Jan for the majority of this show. How are you, Jan?
I'm good, thank you. I'm raring to go again. We've got a fabulous, well, a couple of fabulous products back in stock for you tonight. So these really flew out when we had them, when we launched them last year, but we've actually got those beautiful inverted nesting dies back in stock, and I'm not sure for how long, because I know when they launched, they literally, we just lost them, you know, forever kind of thing. So these are different as far as a nesting die is concerned. We're used to a nesting die that maybe has a scalloped edge around the outside, or maybe some kind of decorative edge around the outside. These are different in that the detail is on the inside of the die. So you can see here, for example, this external piece here, the little teeth on the layer here are on the inside edge of the die, and I'll explain that a little bit more when we come to demo. But again, just to give you an example there with that lovely peacock paper underneath there, but you can just see where it looks as if it's got a scalloped edge here, but it's on that inside rather than the outside that we're more used to with a nesting die. So they give a really different look. Again, using those ovals, we've got basic shapes, we've got squares, rectangles, ovals and circles for you in 3 different designs. So you've got that lovely lacy edge there. Okay, we've got that zigzag edge, which is the one that I showed you at the beginning. And then you've got that lovely scalloped edge as well.
Oh, cute.
So all 4 shapes in all 4 designs there. And again, just to give you an idea, just stacking them up. We're going to do something similar to this in a demo later on, but we're going to do it on a gatefold card. So that's the inverted nesting dies. We've also brought back, because you love them so much, we've had a lot of interest in these. We've brought back those gorgeous little mini dies that we did for the Gemini. And I've sort of, in the first demo, I've incorporated some of these with the nesting dies, so they work beautifully together. So again, just to give you a couple of ideas there. Absolutely gorgeous. And then again, you know, using them in conjunction with those nesting, these are just basic nesting dies, but just making, and that's the sewing kit on that one. I just think they're gorgeous, and especially with that paper that looks like the rick-rack braid behind it. Very cleverly done, that one. And then we've also got some beautiful, you know that I'm a stamper at heart, so we had to have stamps on the show, and we've got those gorgeous textured stamps coming in there. I think that one's meant to stand up that way by the looks of it. Yeah,
really nice, aren't they?
But you can just see how we've got the background is stamped, you know, we've got detail on that panel behind, and then the foreground with those leaves on, sentiments involved in there as well. You've got another one there with all the spring flowers on the stepper card, but all that background and everything's been made with the stamp sets. And then we're going to demo, I love this one with the, it's got those sort of elements in that you can make the little playing cards with, so we're going to do something with that set later on in the show, in the second hour, I think, for that one.
Really
so yeah,
cool.
Loads lined up for you, loads to fit in as always.
Yes, absolutely, and a perfect opportunity for you to get in touch with us as well on a Wednesday evening. If you do want to join the conversation, Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion, if you are across on YouTube. Janice is in from West Virginia, says, so glad the inverted dies are back. I was able to order some. Claire says about the pronunciation, Joe, you did pretty good. Better than some of my US friends. We're off to a winning start.
Brilliant.
Then, Claire, you're all going to be off to a winning start. Should I do these first, Johnny?
Oh, they don't stay very long either, do they?
I mean, as hero tools go,
yep.
Jan, these amazing. Back in stock. These have not been in stock since I've worked here
as
at
long as I
Crafters
can
TV.
remember.
So
Yep.
over 2 years
Yep.
these have been out of stock for.
Yeah.
You will have to snap them up quickly because they are going very fast. For anyone that's just not seen these, Jan, what do they do if anyone's new to the Xyron?
In the quickest term possible, they're like, as it says, it's like a sticker maker. So you have adhesive inside those, and I'm going to demo the smaller one included in this first demo so that people can see it in action, Joe, because we're always talking about using them. We very rarely get bone fold or something like that, and I'm going to show you a trick as well to use with your Gemini. And it transfers the adhesive onto the back of the die cut, takes all the rest of the adhesive away, and then you just peel it off like a sticker and stick it on your project. They are a fabulous, fabulous addition to anybody's crafting kit, Joe. I would never be without mine. I've got the small one, I've got the 3-inch one, and I've got the large 9-inch one as well.
Brilliant.
Use them loads when we're prepping.
Great for sentiments, are they? Smaller,
Yep.
intricate dies that maybe can be tricky. And also, I know the dotted tape pen is out of stock and has been for a while, so this could be a great alternative to the
for
dotted tape
applying
pen.
die cuts. That's a brilliant idea.
They are going
yeah.
to go very, very quickly. Just hearing how busy they are actually already. You've got 20% off of these, which is amazing. So you're buying the larger one, you're getting the smaller one half price in this configuration. It is your hero tool as well, so it'll only last for 24 hours, that deal. Definitely snap it up, is what I would say. And then we're going to move on to these. Our inverted nesting dies, back in stock. Nesting dies are, you know, we talk about them all the time. They are a real essential in your stash. So it's really lovely when we bring out a new concept and something new with them. They are designed as well to sit alongside your regular nesting dies, which is fantastic. So these are all the ones that you're going to get. It's a full collection too. So maybe they are available individually. So if you did maybe miss some of them, any two of them, £17 or $22. So maybe you bought the smaller collection, because I know when they sold out, we bought some smaller ones back.
Yeah.
Today's a great day to complete your collection. You've got the inverted stitch zigzag. You've got the zigzag square, the zigzag circle, the zigzag in the oval, and also in the rectangle, which is awesome. Then we moved into the scallops, and in the scallop you'll get it in the square, the circle, the oval, and also the rectangle. And then you also have it in the lace, and with the lace you've got it again in the square, the circle, the oval, and the rectangle. Brilliant saving here for you, $19.98, $25.90. You use your club inspired discount off of those as well. You're getting 2 sets for free in there, which is pretty awesome. We're going to move on and have a look next at these. Something else that I know Jan loves and was very, very busy when we launched them. It is the mini dies. Now, yes, they'll work through your Gemini Mini, of course. They've been designed with that in mind, but you can use these through any die cutting machine, anything that will take a regular thin metal die combination or sandwich, and they are brilliant for smaller projects. If you love things like tags, they're great. Smaller DL cards, they're going to work really well on too. You've got a whole host of different ones. Some that are going to be sort of core elements, some that are much more decorative. You've got the dragonflies. Now, I'm not sure, Charlotte, did you know that dragonflies signify new beginnings? You did? Okay, excellent, just checking. We've also got this one here as well, which is the little fairy. You've got a schmetterling in here. This one here is the house with the keys. Then you've got happy birthday. That one there, just for you. What a lovely sentiment. This one here is your party accessories. The alphabet is super cute, really great for personalisation. You've got this one here with the pets. We've got with love. Best wishes, you're getting all of these for this price as well. Congrats, you've got your numbers and your uns, your erds, your sus as well in there.
Ordinals.
Your ordinals,
Your
thank you, Jan.
ordinals.
This one, there's nothing ordinal about these. You've also got your emoticons. This one here is your sewing selection. And you've got this one, I love
that one.
Really cool with your plants on there. $17.99 or $84.95. If you want to cherry pick here, you can. Any three of these, £12 or $15. So bear that in mind too if you are going for a few of them. Should we open the craft clinic, Jan?
Pardon?
Should we open the craft clinic?
Why not?
I don't know where my coat's gone.
You
Do you remember
don't
you
know
used to have a coat, there was a stethoscope, there was a whole...
I know, I've not seen that for ages.
Oh, someone found it. It'll probably fit again now.
Yeah.
Do you know why I stopped wearing it?
Oh.
I got too fat for it.
Bless you.
That's why it got lost to time. But I reckon I could probably...
I remember that from when we were in the other studio, wasn't it?
I reckon I could probably pour myself back into that now if we could find it.
Yes. Yes, let's open the doors.
Let's open the doors. They are well and truly open. Any questions you've got then about anything craft related, whilst Jan's here, get them into it. If Jan doesn't know, no one knows. She's the oracle of craft, let's face it.
I don't profess to know everything, Joe.
I think you do.
I try my best, but not necessarily
what Jan
everything.
Doesn't know. All crafting related. They're getting very carried away in our ears. Yes. No, nothing else.
Oh dear.
It's got to be one of those shows, isn't it?
Isn't
but
it
get those
just?
questions into me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. About 50 minutes until Hurricane Keith arrives in the studio as well for his final instalment. So we look forward to that. Where would you like to start though, Jan?
Right, so what we're going to do, because this is Creative Cravings and we know that there are lots of new crafters out there, maybe a little bit quieter than some of our everyday crafters that have been with us a while, and don't ever be afraid to ask a question. There's nothing, I don't believe there's anything such as a silly question. You know, you might be starting out on your journey. We've all started there. I started there many moons ago, and it may be something really, you know, that you don't know the answer to. Now's the time to get it in. Joe will pass them across and I will do my best to answer or even show you. We can actually show you. That's the beauty of watching us live on Crafters TV, is that it may be something that I can actually say, right, hang on a minute, we'll actually show you how to do it. So I thought for the very first demo, I'm going to appeal to any of you guys out there that are just starting your journey in crafting. And we're going to design a card together and we're going to start right from the beginning. You know, the nature of this job is that we have Blue Peter bits already prepared. We're always saying, this is the bit that I did at home, this is the bit at home. And I have got some bits that I've pre-prepared. But what I normally skip is the card bases and the matting and layering. And I get asked constantly about that matting and layering. Now, we touched on it a little bit earlier when we were doing the craft along. But for this particular project, I'm going to do a slimline DL card. And I'm going to start right from the very beginning. I'm going to show you how I make my card. Very good place to start, Jan. It is, isn't it? And then I'm going to cut the mats and layers, and then I'm going to show you what I've done with the actual dies. So to start off with, if you can buy shop bought cards already done, and I do use those sometimes. It depends on the sizes. But I find our stamping card, which I wish we renamed it all-purpose card, because I find this is perfect for making your card blanks. And on this occasion, I actually want to make one that is 8 1/4 inches high, which is the width of our A4. And then I'm actually going to make it 4 1/8. So I just need to pull the extension arm out on my guillotine. So to start out with, I'm going to cut it to 8 1/4 inches square. So I don't need to worry about this part, but on the length, I'm just going to take that over to 8 1/4 inches and take this bit. So I'll probably use this for die cutting or, you know, maybe for inking. I would never throw the pieces away. I've got a box with all the scraps in. Leave that there for a second because we're going to cut something else in a minute. And then I'm just going to grab the scoreboard. And while I've got this on here, we're going to find that halfway mark. So half of 8 1/4 is the 4, and then just one mark, which is the 1/8. And then just pop my score line. And again, I tend to do 2 or 3 with a little bit lighter pressure rather than going in too hard and cracking the card. And then where you've got that score line, fold it away from itself. Just pop that board back underneath there for a second. And then line up those corners and then reinforce that fold with your bone folder. And then you've got your card blank good to go. So we've got 8 1/4 inches tall by 4 1/8 high.
And is that the standard size for a DL?
Pretty much,
okay.
Pretty much. It might be just a fraction wider. I've just left it at the width of the cardstock, but yeah, pretty much. And then what I want to do is create some mats and layers to go on top of there. So what I've got is a piece of our baby blue Centura Pearl, and I want to work this card. You'll see why it needs to be blue when we get going. So I'm going to create a piece that fits over the top of here. And what we mean by a mat is just simply another layer that's going to go over the top of the card that's slightly smaller. So this is the same height at the minute. So because I work in inches, I tend to come down in 1/4 of an inch increments. So I want to cut it so that I've got like a white border showing around my card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the blue piece down to 8 inches in height, and then I'm going to go 1/4 inch down from my 4 1/8, which will be 3 7/8. So that's the width. I just need to take a fraction off that height, and by making that 1/4 inch less on the height and the width, we've got that perfect, what we call a mat now, to sit on there and just leave that lovely border around the outside. And then I'm also going to create another layer, so we tend to refer to it as a mat and a layer, and I'm going to go back to that white stamping card this time. So again, we had this one 8 inches by 3 7/8. I'm going to come down that 1/4 inch again. So we want 3 5/8 this time. So just lining it up on my guillotine, checking with the grid that I've got a nice parallel line, cutting the width of it, and then this time we want 7 3/4. And you'll see now that we've created a system whereby we pop that mat on and we pop our layer on, and you've got that lovely sort of framework going on to receive
Really cool.
whatever's going to go on top of it. So it's fairly straightforward. There's no rule as to how wide these layers have to be. If you want to leave a 1/2 inch increment and have a slightly wider border, absolutely fine. There's no rule where it has to be. I just prefer to work in that 1/4 inch increment. So let's pop that back in there for a second. And then I'm going to bring the dies in as well. So let's get rid of those rubbish pieces. So I chose for this one the inverted stitched zigzags. And the way that these differ, you can actually see it better on the die than we can explain it when you're looking at them. If I put this on here, you can see that that detail is actually on the inside of the frame. Now normally with a nesting die you would see the detail around the external edge, so you'd be creating a square that maybe had a scalloped edge or a zigzag edge on the outside. So what we mean by it being inverted is that it's on the inside of the frame, and this creates some really nice shapes. Now the actual zigzag elements don't have an external cutting edge.
Okie doke.
It's got the dotted line around the outside, which will give you the stitching line, which is where we refer to them as stitched zigzag dies, okay? So this one on its own would cut into my piece of cardstock and make an aperture in the middle, so that means this piece is going to cut out, but it would leave the whole piece intact. We've also included in there the outline die as well. So in order to get what I call a topper, so a piece that comes out of your card, if we cut these together, and you'll find that there's about 1 millimetre gap between the outside edge and the inside piece. We cut these together, we're now going to get a piece that's cut out of the card with this shaping. So let me show you what I mean, but we're going to use one of the smaller sets. I'm going to come down to this size. So you get 4 different sizes in there. The largest one's a 4 inch square, so that outline die, the largest one is 4 inches square on this particular design, and then they go down in increments from there down to that little one, which is, I think it's 1.5 inches. Yeah, just under. Yeah, just under 1.5 inches on that one. So the little one will be just that bit smaller. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to bring in some scraps of card that I've got ready for this particular design. So I'm going to show you the actual topper piece first, and then we're going to cut some other bits to go with it. So I'm just going to take some tape, which is very kindly jumped off the...
What a little rotter. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, it's just been naughty there. It didn't leave it like that.
So naughty.
So again, 2 ways of doing this. The general rule with metal dies is that you don't have them overlapping or touching, particularly if you've got one of our Geminis, because the pressure in there is unrivaled, and if the dies are overlapping, you could damage the cutting edges on your die. So if you're not confident cutting them together, cut your square out first, and then once you've got that square to play with, you can insert, so for example, this is the size of that square that cuts out. Then you can place this one inside it, and you can recut that frame with your internal piece. Now I've been doing this a while now, so I'm actually going to do them both together onto my mirror. I've just got a scrap of mirror card, And I'm just going to make sure that I can see a gap all the way round and then tape it in place. So all the way around the edge here, there's enough room for me to get my Pokey Tool in and literally go around the edge of that die. So it's not overlapping, so we're going to cut that piece. And then I'm going to use the square on its own to cut a couple of other pieces as well. So job number 1 then, we're going to pop this one, and this would fit through the Mini. I just happen to have my plates there for the Gemini, so the smaller ones I'll go through the Mini. Obviously you're going to need slightly larger as the bigger dies come into place.
Lots
so
of
this is
questions
going to
coming
give us
in, Jan,
that
which
frame.
we'll do
Absolutely.
Q&A shortly. Any others you've got?
Yep.
Get them in. Rachel saying hello. Jan says I've got the nesting dies. Can't wait to see what Jan creates with them.
So what we're going to do then is we're going to take this apart, and this is what we get. We get that lovely little frame, which is really, really dinky, all in the mirror card. And can you see that beautiful stitch detail, which is where they get their name from? So stitched and inverted on your nesting die. And then what I want to do is create some pieces that will fit behind there to give me a decorative element. So I'm just going to swap them out, take the zigzag piece out and just use the square. And I've got a little bit of patterned paper that I'm going to use just to pop behind that design.
So nothing to stop you just using then the regular dies on their own as nesting dies, the straight edges that you get.
The straight edges, if I pop these, if you look at these on here, you're quite right, Joe, because you've got this one, then you've got that one, you've got the one I'm using, and then you've got the 4th one, which is the little baby one. So you can see, if you just wanted to mat and layer some squares, absolutely fine, or the circles or the rectangles or the ovals in the other sets, depending on what, you know, what collection you're going for. So yeah, absolutely just a perfect set of nesting dies. So I'm going to cut the square out of here, and I've also got a piece of stamping card that I've already cut the same size as the square. And then I've got a little bit of that blue Centura pearl left over, and I'm going to use this in conjunction with some of the mini dies as well. So this is the baby set. It's the cutest thing ever. You've got the little baby grow on there, which we're going to cut out, and you've got a little elephant, which we're going to do. There's a little safety pin, and there's a little nappy or the diaper there as well. So they're great for making a new baby card, which is where we're going with this one. So again, pop this one on. Just tape it down so that those dies don't move out of position. And then again, I'll bring in the mini this time, because you can see these smaller elements will fit nicely through our mini there.
Lisa's gone for these mini dies. She says, I love the mini dies. Bought the entire set a few weeks ago, and they work well with dies from advent calendars, previous small die sets offered as separate purchase when the year of craft was sold. Well, over a year ago. Make great accents on cards and pages and so much more. So
they're just a nice size. When you've made something, Joe, and you think, oh, it just needs that little bit of something else, you've got that die there to work with. So you can see we've got the paper there, and I'm going to mount that onto the one underneath so that we've got a nice... You might say, well, I can cut a square on my guillotine, Jan. That's fair enough, but you've got that with the... And that fits perfectly now.
Awesome.
And we're going to create that shape with them and build them all up together. So let's just pass these 2 smaller pieces through there as well, and then I'll show you where we're heading with that card.
If you went for some of the Suntangle items that we did, you could almost make lovely little tiles with little decorative edges on them,
those.
and do your tangling in the middle of them and actually build them up on a card.
I bet that's a very similar size to what Sandra uses for her tiles that she demos
But then have it with decorative, you can have round ones, oval ones.
Absolutely, yeah, there's no limit to them really, is there? It's like you can just take them wherever you want to go with them. So pop those to one side, and then we've got the most gorgeous, let's pop this on the white so that you can see there. Little baby grow, which has got a star in the centre if you want to keep that in. And then this one, we've got the little guy here, the little elephant. Where's my, there we go. So just to release him out of the die there. And then there are some pieces that you can either leave in, or it just gives you, this is actually just sort of showing you whereabouts his ear is. And then I love the fact that even his little toenails, tiniest little bits there, but just look at the detail. So, so cute and perfect for what we're going to do with this for the design. So let's get rid of the bits.
For you about elephants, Jan.
Have you?
The town, the emblem of Bolton is an elephant. I've never worked out why. That's the town's logo, is an elephant.
Right.
I don't think there's any elephant population indigenous to Bolton, but that's their emblem.
I didn't know that
I don't know
either.
why. I found out the other day. A little bit of fun geography trivia for you there.
Right, so what I did then is I wanted to jazz these up a little bit. So with the Miri card, I cut them both again. So I've got the light blue one and the Miri card one. But what I did was where the die cut, so this piece has come out here, the heart, the star. I didn't want that to come out of the dark blue one. So I've just popped a piece of tape on the back of it to make sure that that little star didn't fall out like it did here. And when you layer them up, you've actually got that lovely Miri card popping through the design there where that star stayed in place. And then I've done exactly the same with the elephant. I cut him out in the blue and I've popped some tape on the back to secure the little pieces instead of popping them out, so that when we layer them up, you can see in there you've got that Miri card showing through. And it also, you've got 2 layers of card there, which actually makes it a little bit more substantial than just that one layer that tends to, even though it's a 300 GSM card, it can sometimes be a little bit flimsy as a topper. Now, you could layer these up and make it 3 layers if you wanted something really substantial, but I think the 2 will work for what we want to do with it. So we've got those at the ready. So what I'm going to do first of all is just get these matted and layered. All right, just get these on. So we've got the blue one first, and I'm going to use my double-sided tape pen here and just go all the way round the outside edge. And I do like to get the glue as close to the edge as I can for this type of project, just to make sure that it sits nicely on the card. Always check that your card's going to open the right way before you start layering elements
an Australian
on.
card.
Oh, we've done it so many times. I've done it live on air.
Do you know
I've
how
done it at
surprised I
home.
was to find when I got to Australia for the first time that the cards don't open
They don't
the wrong way
open
round.
that way round, do they? No, it was just a
that's
bit of a
why,
saying, wasn't
having
it?
worked in craft, people have been saying it for years. I thought,
Yep.
there you go. Got
But
there, no,
if
they
you
open
do
the
end
same
up
way.
doing something the wrong way like that, what I tend to do, Joe, is just cut it out and use that to mat on top of the one that's
okay,
the
fair
right way,
enough.
rather than just wasting everything. Again, we're going to do the same with the white piece. Now, you could actually run this white piece through an embossing folder if you wanted to add another layer of detail in there. But for this particular one, I've just left it nice and plain. And you'll notice this time that I'm not going with the inking around the edges that I often do. I want to keep it what we call fairly clean and simple. So you can see we've got that lovely matted area going on. And then I want to add that piece that we cut out in the paper is going to go on top of the white one, just to make it a little bit more substantial. Again, I have a habit of building things up to give it a bit more weight. And because we've used the dye, you know that those are going to fit perfectly over the top of each other. And then I'm going to bring in my wet glue, which is a PVA tacky glue in the little decanter here. And just on the back of this one, just pop some little dots. It doesn't need a lot of glue. Just round the edge there. And then we're going to attach that to the top to make our decorative panels. So that one's going to fit. And again, because it was cut with that same die, you know that it's going to fit perfectly. And that's what I love about nesting dies. You can do so many different things with them, but you know that everything's going to line up perfectly. So we've got that far. All right, so at home, I did another one of these. So I've got one exactly the same here. And we're going to go down the centre with these. And then for the middle one, I did exactly the same again, but brought in that gorgeous little tiny weeny alphabet. I love this. And the best thing I can say to you when you're doing these is leave them attached to the piece of acetate that they're on. Take your piece of cardstock, pop the whole thing on here and run it through your
With
Mini.
the acetate still on?
Yes, because it's on the top, it's not going to damage it. Your cutting edge is underneath.
Right.
So it's going to cut all the letters out for you in total. It's going to leave everything in place because they are very, very small. And if you want to play with them individually to make a word, that's fine. But I just think if you cut it through like that, it will fit through your Mini. Nice and simple. Keep all the letters in a little pot, and you can take out the ones that you want to use. You've got extras there for another time. If you cut it in white, you can add colour with your pens or your pencils. If you cut it in a coloured cardstock, they're always there to use. So I did that, and I ran through the letters New Baby. So I've just used a little bit of plain blue cardstock, picked out the letters and added the new baby, and we've put this one on foam pads. These two are going to go flat, and we're going to pop that one in the middle like so. And then I've got my little tiny emblems here just to finish off. They just fit in there nicely. And then the cutest thing ever, on that little mini set, you've got the little nappy, the diaper pin there, which I've cut out in the blue Miri card, and we're going to have that in the top as well. So we're just going to stick those down now. And if you're working in a column of 3 like this, I always work with the top and bottom first, and then it shows you how much room you've got left to position your centre one and get that nice and even. So we're going to go with top one, and I'm going to use these just as positioners to get an idea, because I want to have about the same distance between them there. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to eyeball that one here and here to get about the same distance and get that one stuck down. And then I'm going to bring the bottom one in now. Rather than try and get them and guess where they need to be, if you bring the bottom one in, and this applies to anything that you're working with on a set of 3, or even if you're doing a square or anything like that. So I'm going to go roughly the same here. Look at the border I've got at the top here and get this one positioned in about the same distance. Yeah? So those two are flat. And then we've got foam pads ready on the back of that middle one, which has got the new baby on. And we're going to pop that one now. I can see now the distance between here and here and get that nice and equal. And just pop that one on as well. And then the last thing, my glue's decided it wants to play. Let me just grab a little bit of cloth there just to get rid of that excess glue. And then I'm just going to pop these in flat again. If you wanted to add some little foam pads to the back, you could. But a little bit of the glue on the back there. I think I need a refill in there. And then just decide whereabouts you want these to sit. So that one's going to go on the top there. Just give that glue a second to grab, and then we're going to pop the little elephant at the bottom. So again, just pop him down here. Oh, I was going to run those through the Xyron for you and I've forgotten now. I'll do that on another one later. I was going to show you how the Xyron maker worked, and I've got carried away and stuck him down.
Very busy on that side.
I can imagine, yeah. And then because this is very, very fine, I'm just going to pop a little bit at the top and the bottom and each side, and then I tap this. I have a really bad habit of tapping the excess off. Now if your skin's a little bit sensitive, just be careful with the glue on your skin there. You can pop it onto a piece of scrap paper, and then again just hold it down, make sure everything's stuck down. The glue just comes straight off your hand if you get it before it dries. If it dries, you get great pleasure in peeling it off. So yeah, and that's literally as far as we're going with it. Card. So you can see that there. If I stand it up the other way, you could pop a nice little verse inside, or you can put a handwritten verse inside there. But nice and simple, incorporating those inverted nesting dies and those mini dies on the same project there.
Amazing.
Okay.
If you want to be doing that, of course, you can with the mini die collection. Firstly, let's take you back through those mini dies. So here they are. You get loads in here. You can pick and choose these if you want any 3 for £12 or $15. But in here you get a special friend. You get those baby ones. You've got the tags, the dragonfly, the fairy, lots in each one of these as well. Lots of them got multiples in. That one's a butterfly there. Then you've got the new home. That's your happy birthday, just for you. The party, that alphabet, which is so adorable. This here is your pets. You've also got with love, best wishes, congrats. The numbers, the ordinals in there, and the punctuation. Punctuation, is that what we're calling it? What are we calling these ones here, Jan?
What have we got? Yes,
punctuation.
The brackets and everything are all punctuation.
Yeah, there we are.
I think the hashtag would probably fit in there as well now.
Then you've got this one here, which is your emoticons. You've got your sewing selection and also your plant parent selection there as well. We are also going to share with you again those inverted nesting dies. Busy here. Lots of you already got these in your baskets and checked out. So let me take you back through exactly what you're getting, if I can manage not to destroy the display at the same time. Right, let me take you through. So you've got the different finish. So this one is a zigzag, and then essentially you get them in all the same shapes. But remember what you're getting the regular cutting edge in here, and then that detailed inverted edge. So you get the zigzag in the square, the circle, the oval, and also the rectangle. And then you'll get the same again, this time here in the scallop. So the square, the circle, the oval, and the rectangle. And then finally, you will get it as well in the lace. So there's the square lace, the circle lace, the oval lace, and also the rectangle lace. Really nice sizes on these as well. Good that they go from being really quite small to quite large. And the option as well to... The thing is about these is, with them, a lot of times, especially with a frame, Jan, it's a very thin frame.
Yeah.
You only have it in the sizes in which you have it.
Yeah.
What I love about these is, you could just use the cut-in element,
yeah,
and then you want to use your guillotine, you can actually resize it pretty much any size you like, which I think is really clever.
The other thing, Joe, as well, that I didn't quite touch on was there's nothing to stop you staggering these. So, for example, if you've got the largest square, you don't have to use the largest insert with it. If you go down one, you're going to get a bigger frame, like you're saying there, Joe.
Yeah.
So you might want to skip one and make that outside frame wider, depending on your project. So there's a lot of mix and match ability with these to design your own sort of go your own way with it.
Yeah, really, really cool.
They are
very
really
busy.
useful. Yeah.
Great that we've got them back in stock. Maybe you managed to get a smaller selection. This is a full collection on these. If you are picking and choosing, 2 for £17 or $22 if you would like to get them in that way. We must go back to that hero tool. Exceptionally busy on this at the moment. It is, of course, the Xyron sticker maker. You will get it in the 2 different sizes here. So this one here, this is your 1.5 inch that you've got just there, and then you've also got your 3 inch there as well. So 2 different sizes for you. Just quickly again, Jan, how do these work?
Do you want me to do a quick demo with them? Because I've got those 2. I intended to do it with these pieces and I completely forgot, but I've got the 2 little die cuts that we just did.
Lots of people multi-ordering on these, Jan, which
yeah,
makes
I'm not
sense.
Surprised.
Especially
buy them while they're here, because we're not kidding when we say they fly out.
2 years it's been. I've never seen them in stock on any of the shows that I've bought you here at Crafty TV. You're buying the 3 inch sticker maker and you're getting the 1.5 inch for half price, which is brilliant, seeing as we've been waiting so long for them.
Yeah. So it's basically choose the one that's the width of what you want to do. Now, both my little pieces will fit nicely within that width of the, you know, the 1 inch one there. So basically what they're asking then is that you pop it in at the top, and then we're going to take it round. I'm just going to look at where this one's at. Yeah, it's coming through. And what happens is it will come back out at the other side. All right. So let me just see where we're at with it. We're going to pull. I just want a little bit more of that one at this side. It's a while since I've used this one. Where are we going? I just want that edge to come down through the... There we go. I've pulled it all the way out now. That wasn't what I was intending to do, but let's just see if we can get that back through the...
Jeanette saying about your last card, that's a $7 card at Hallmark.
Oh, bless!
There you are. $7 card.
Just to save time, I'm going to flick to the other one because they both work in the same way. Have we got? Yeah, they both work the same. They're just different shapes, and I'll fix that one because I've pulled it too hard and pulled the piece back out. It just wants wrapping back around the roller. But you've got one side that's you sort of in, and one side that's you out, and there's no way of getting mixed up because if you just look carefully down here, it says insert item. Now the glue is on the bottom roller. So the white part is what holds the adhesive, and then the clear part is the takeaway carrier sheet. So what you want to do, if you've got something that's got a surface on that you want to see, so your die cut may be cut in mirror card or whatever, these have got the colour on as opposed to the white background. I want to see the colour and I want the sticky on the back. So they're going to go in with the coloured side facing up, so that as this goes between the rollers, it's going to land on top of the white layer, which is where the adhesive is. So because we've gone to the slightly bigger machine, we can put both of these in side by side, look. So I've literally got them on there, ready, waiting. just show you when I've got this. You can just see how they've gone inside there. And they're going to go between those two layers. And then when we pull this side, you can see those shapes start to disappear and they'll come through the other side.
Magic.
There. Okay. And then you've actually got there's a serrated piece here that allows you to tear this off. So literally just hold it against it, a little bit like when you're taking your foil out of the packet. I tend to cut this down to work with the size that I've got there, and it says all over the top of it rub and peel technology. So what it means is, because that white area was covered in adhesive, we need to break the seal between where the edge of the shape is and the actual adhesive. So technically you can just rub over it with your finger, okay, no problem. So around the outsides of the shapes, they're ideal. Now on the inside, it might not be getting to that. So your second option would be to take something not too sharp. I like to use my scoring tool. And again, just trace in that inside so that you're breaking that adhesion. I'm also going to run it inside those little areas there, the little eye and the little toenails there, just to push that adhesive and break it. The other trick with this, if you've got more of it and you're doing more at once, that rub and peel technology works brilliant if you pop it through your Gemini. Okay. Or even through, you could probably get try it with your Mini. I've never tried it in the Mini because it needs probably not the Mini, it needs the embossing mat. So rub and peel means applying pressure to it. Our Gemini just happens to be a workhorse of pressure. So all I'm going to do is pop it in. I'm going to pop the embossing mat over the top. I'm going to pop my plastic shim in. I'm going to remove the magnetic because they never play together. Put the top one on and pop this through.
I'm guessing
just one pass quickly through the machine.
Really big intricate dies, like your sort
if you've got like
sentiments,
lovely
like
sentiments
really
and things like that have got
lettering.
Lots. Yeah, these little ones would have worked with just the rub over with your finger, but I just wanted to show you the trick as well. It's just so simple and it's worth it. Particularly like Joe says, if you've got a nice sentiment in a script font that's sort of like cursive writing. You want to make sure that that adhesive has broken around it. Otherwise, when you peel this off, you're going to get all these gluey bits showing. It's got a little release piece here. You're going to take the clear one and peel this back and take that away. And that is actually scrap now. And there are areas on here that are still sticky, which is where I've broken that adhesion, but it is rubbish that once you've done with it. And now it's left here, the wax paper background, with nothing sticky on top of here at all, okay? And then you can peel these off now really gently and pop them wherever you're going to play with them, whether it's a card feature or whether you're going to put them on a scrapbook layout, and they become little stickers. Absolutely perfect to just stick down. And then if you want to give them a real good press, use this over the top and just press them down to make sure that all those edges are nicely sealed, and you've got them there stuck down perfectly.
Brilliant.
So as I say, works brilliant for the little dies. It works particularly well for sentiment dies and things like that.
Amazing. And you've got 20 feet in each of these as well. So lots in there for you, which is great. So those smaller fiddly dies, those sentiment dies maybe, even the sort of very intricate border dies that we bring to you. Anything under 3 inches is going to go through there, which is amazing. It's very busy on these at the moment. You guys have been waiting a long time for them to come back in stock. You're buying the 3 inch, you get the 1.5 inch half price. So do grab them, under £15, just under $21 if you are a platinum member. A lot of love for these as well. Rachel says, I have the 1.5 inch, it's so handy. Ella says they're very convenient to use for most any project you want to make. Rosalind's got a 3 inch, 5 inch, 9 inch and a 12 inch one. Wowzers. A 12 inch one.
Great if you're a scrapbooker and things like that.
Like, well, as big as a 12 inch pizza, that's what I'm thinking. I was thinking like, yeah, as big as a 12 inch pizza. Delicious. I love pizza as well, Johnny. You and me both.
But everybody's drooling now.
I reckon I could eat pizza just that forever. Breakfast, lunch and dinner. Yeah, all day, every day. Right. let's move on. Let's have a little look at the Tempest Quick Dry ink pad collection that we've got for you. Really lovely selection of colours in here. Fantastic for stamping out things like your sentiments, these. So in here you are going to get the Pale Fig, Friar Brown, the Fuchsia, green, that's the studio one, if you recognise that. No pinching that one, Jan. You've also got Green Topaz, Lagoon, the Midnight, the Orange, Parakeet, which is one of the all-time favourite colours, the Pine Tree, and also the Pink Tulip. That one also belongs to the studio. I don't know if you were able to tell that. Right. Get all of those. You get 2 of those free in there, which is amazing. So busy on those nesting dies, Jan, at the moment. People loving them. So we're going to go back there if that's all right. And it was exactly the same as the launch offer. We've been able to repeat that, which is awesome.
Yeah, these are actually one of those sets, again, that I keep. They don't go away in my die box. These stay near my desk, and they're a reach to one more often than I can think of. Keep them with my ordinary nesting die so that you can mix and match. Brilliant. So we're going to go different shape, a different pattern this time. So this time we've gone for the scalloped ones, and I've chosen the rectangle, and we're going to make a little gift box with these. So I'm going to talk, because we're going to change over at 7 for our Keith to come in. I'm just going to talk you through some of the cutting. You saw how I put those 2 pieces together to make the die frame last time. So I'm just going to talk you through now where I've gone with this one. So the largest one in the set works out at 4 by 5.5. All right, so that's using my outside layer to cut the frame. And then we've got the inside layer with those gorgeous scallops and the stitch detail to make that inside layer. So you can see there where we've got, and I've used some of that gold Centura pearl there. So I think this is the, I want to say the solar gold, I think, if I remember rightly. So that's my first layer, and then I've also used that same rectangle, just the plain one, to make myself a background layer that we're going to build these shapes onto. So that was number 1. And then, as I was talking about before, you can stagger these. So this one, I've kept that same external die, but I went down a set for the patterned one, and I've gone for that slightly smaller one, so that I've got a larger area to work with on the outside, because I'm going to stick this one on top of it. All right, so you can see how we've created that. Make a nice little picture frame just as it is like that. You know, if you wanted to do this on a scrapbook page, they'd make a great frame for a photograph and things like that. And then I've literally carried on going down the framework. So this time I've taken that frame from the second smallest, and then I've jumped and missed one again and taken the scalloped frame from the third set, and we've cut in again to make that framework. All right, so these eventually are all going to sit together to make a really nice set of frames. So they're going to go behind each other, and we're going to end up with a piece that looks as if it's looking into that tunnel.
Love that.
And then I've just got a piece of pattern paper to go in the back, and we're going to create this kind of effect. So let's get those stuck together before we go any further with it. So again, I want to keep all this flat, so I'm just going to pop this one in the centre of that black panel, and I've just cut the black so that I've got something to work on, simple as. And this one's going to go in the back there, okay, just as a centrepiece, and then we're going to work up from in fact, I'm going to go backwards now because I want to make sure that they're all in the right position. So again, I've got a little bit of tape on the back ready that doesn't want to play. It's always the case, isn't it? Come off, there we go. So I've just gone for the thin red line tape because I needed that narrow tape on this one. And this is going to line up perfectly with that next layer because we use that same outside cutting die. So again, take that one off, and then I'm going to lay this one down on top of it. So I'm just going to line up those corners here and that side, and then that's all going to fit. She says, don't grab just yet. We want that to match up with the edge there. That's better.
Don't forget as well, if you did want to mix and match, or you know, you wanted to cherry pick with these inverted nesting dies, because I know we bought a lot of smaller collections to you. Well, the big collection sold out and we bought some of them back, which means there'll be a few of you out there that haven't got all 12 sets. So you can get them individually. They are $9.99 and $12.95, or any two for £17 or $22. Of course, you're going to be able to use your Club Inspired discount on top of that as well. So if you are missing some, today's definitely the day to come in and get them before we start losing some of them again.
So again, just got a little bit of tape on the back of that one. And we're going to put this one in the background first. So again, I want a little bit around here as well, on there. And then I want to create that illusion that we're looking inside those dies. So this one is going to go in the gap. I'm going to do that from the front so that I can get the same pieces lined up. So I want the same amount showing all the way around. So that looks good there. And then on the back, I've just got a bit more. I went wild with the tape here. It was...
Everyone seems to be using this tape at the moment. It's had a real resurgence.
Flat layers, yeah. I flick between glues like nothing on earth, Joe. It depends what I'm doing. And for the flat layers like this, it's actually quite useful. So again, that's just going to line up nicely with the black one. And there's not going to be any of the black showing. I just wanted it as a base to work on. Okay, and we're going to work onto black. Do you know, I can't get things straight tonight for love nor money. There we go.
I have evenings like that.
That's it. Right, moving on. So we've actually got, I'm just going to check that we've got the lid there. We're going to create this onto the top of a box there like so. Okay. So again, let's pop some on the back of here. You could raise this up on foam tape if you wish, but I'm going to keep it flat. Okay, and we're going to pop this one here, and then the smallest one, I've already cut that one out. So we've taken the last two, which are those two, which would fit in the centre of here, and I've actually created a little shaker panel with them. So I've used both of them to make the frame and gone back to the gold Centura pearl. I've used the outside one to make a back for it and also cut a piece of acetate in this, and then just use the foam tape in between to create that nice little panel. And that one's going to stick in the centre. Again, different glues again. It depends at what point I'm working and what's in front of me on the desk, and with it being the shaker panel, I clearly didn't want it escaping, so let's stick it down with some red line tape. All right, that's going to go on there. And then we need to just take away those pieces to make the box top. And this is just the matte black cardstock. And just before I stick that together, I used a little bit more of that gorgeous Centura pearl and just popped it through an embossing folder. It's an old folder that I had in my stash. So we're literally just going to pop those round the edges. All right, just to tone in nicely with the design.
Oh, I love that embossed detail.
It's one of my favourites, this. It's one from an old Zara signature collection.
Right.
If any of you had, going back a long, long way to the, I think it was part of the black and gold collection.
Before my time, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's a long time ago.
Johnny's very excited by the fact that you've still got the black and gold. He's like, oh, black and gold.
And it's one that I use, I reach for quite a lot. It's a really nice all-over pattern. And it's quite a generic pattern. So, you know, it fits lots of different occasions. But I just wanted a little bit of detail on those side panels of the box. And then we're going to pop that together. I'm being very messy tonight. I've got bits all over the place. Just
circa 2017, according to
was it?
Colleen, our social media superstar.
That's
maybe 2018.
Yep. I would agree with that, because it was while I was at the store, and I started this job at the beginning of 2019. Right. Yeah, so I would say pre-2019. So again, I've done exactly the same on the base, and we've covered making boxes in lots and lots of different shows. So I haven't gone through the sort of the basis of making this. If you guys were watching the craft along earlier, we did a little bit of box making in that one earlier. So I'm just going to pop those together. If you want to make, it looks nice with a piece of the pattern paper inside the box as well. We're going to pop that one on top, and then I've just got a nice little sentiment that says especially for you.
That is adorable.
I've not actually put any tape on that bit, I don't know why. And I've just used some of my little pearls again. I can't not use the pearls now. Oh, where shall we have that one?
Oh, wee.
I was going to go there, but that covers up a lot of the shakers, doesn't it?
Johnny's very vocal tonight, isn't he? He
put
says
it there
down at
like
the bottom,
that.
Jan, down at the bottom.
Yeah, just there.
Oh, it's got to be on the wonk.
Johnny
he says,
wants it on the wonk. Hang on, let me see if I can get it off. There we go, like that. Yeah, brilliant.
He's happy
I
now.
love that we have this feedback in our ear. It's great. Yeah. So again, you know, you can pop a bow on there as well if you want. A nice little bow in the top corner would offset that nicely. And you've got that nice little shaker element inside there. So that was the inverted stitch scalloped rectangles.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Lovely to see them all laid up together as well. Jan, we will see you in now's time.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm going to hand over to our Keith.
Of creative cravings. So I'm just going to quickly run. I forgot where I was then. That'll be the third time today I've forgotten where I was. I'm going to get home at the end of the day. So in here you're going to get the zigzags. You get that in the square, the circle, the oval, and also the rectangle. Then you get the scallops, again the square, the circle, the oval and the rectangle, and then finally you're getting the lace detail, and that's the square, the circle, the oval and also the rectangle. There you are. You're getting 2 for free in that particular configuration, which is great. They're available individually or on, of course, a 2 for £17 or $22. Don't forget about those Xyrons. So incredibly busy still on those at the moment. You're buying the 3-inch sticker maker, you're getting the 1.5-inch half price in that particular configuration, but it is your hero tool. You can only hold that price for 24 hours, $17.98 or $25.98. Right, we're going to take a quick pause, but on the other side of this, I'll be back with Keith and all things Paper Dienamics. See you in a sec.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy, get yours now. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Take all the hard work out of patchwork with the Gemini Build-A-Block Patchwork System. This innovative collection of multimedia dies allows you to create patchwork blocks with ease and total accuracy. This set includes 18 dies to cut a range of shapes and sizes for patchwork or quilting projects. They can cut multiple layers of fabric at once They include an accurate 1/4" seam allowance, plus all of your pieces are cut exactly the same size every time. Follow your own creative inspiration or look through the 20 patterns laid out in the guide. Not enough? There's an additional 60 patterns online. And right now, we have amazing offers on the Gemini Build-A-Block Patchwork system. Quick buy, get yours now. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Oh, welcome back. Of course, a whole hour now of the incredible Paper Dienamics. So busy across so many of these items we're going to share with you. A couple of hours already today from Keith, and they are very busy, especially the new launches. There's a tiny little bit of those bunnies, some bunny collection as well. We're going to tell you about that in a moment. But he is here, the man of the moment, Mr. America himself. Keith Smith's in the studio. How are you, Keith?
Woo, 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 woo. I'm here. I'm here, Joe. I'm home. I'm live. What time is it?
It's 7 o'clock.
It's 7 o'clock here.
It's 2 o'clock on the East Coast.
PM, AM.
PM.
Oh, that's all right then. Good afternoon.
Are you having a good day? You enjoying
My son
yourself?
would say, who lives in Australia, he'd say, g'day.
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 See, I've got, us Smiths, we've spread all over the globe. There's bound to be a Smith near you for sure, except mine's spelt differently. Mine's S-M-I-F-F.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, Smith it.
It's not really, is it?
If you believe that, you'll be like, look, I've got you. I've got you all. I've got you all there.
In the gallery, they're panicking because they thought your name strap was spelt wrong. They're going to change it. You've come back with this brand new launch for us, haven't you, Keith? Tell us about metallics and why it's so special.
This has been the world. I'm going to stand here because I think this side suits me a bit better.
Does it?
They can get the full, the full experience, Joe.
Wow.
It's taken me a long time to get. We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? It's taken me many a year to get this shape, and I'm not going to spoil it now. However, let's go to what we're going to show you today, because this is the world launch. In all seriousness, this is our Metallics metal range, our metal ink colours of our Metallics, but with a little bit of a twist, because this row down here and this row over here are all adhesive. Our brand new adhesive launch of Metallics range. What is Metallics? This is the Metallics range itself here. I've got a sheet on the top. Let me just grab all of that, because this is beautiful. This is a metallic ink that we've sat down onto a 300 GSM cardstock. And look how beautiful, how silky it is, how shiny it is. It is beautiful. You can die cut with this, you can emboss with it. All of the things that you want to do from a crafting product that you want to have in your craft room, this is what you need in your craft room. However, if I go to one of these, this is the adhesive version. And this
they look identical, Keith.
Colour. It's adhesive. It means, Joe, that I can peel the back off. Let me grab this one sheet over here for you, because I don't want to spoil the thing. Let me just grab this sheet here for you, because this is what it is. Look, it's adhesive on the back. You can peel it off. You can peel it off. You can die cut with it. And look, this is what I did a little bit earlier on to say, to stop keep talking. You can stick it. You can do all of the things that you want to do. You can stick it wherever you want. If you want to start the talking, there you go. You can do all of those things. It is adhesive, honestly. There's nothing that we can't do with this. I'm going to show you through its paces. It is beautiful. But listen, time's running out. Stock's running out.
It is running out, indeed. So 60% of the new world launch has gone with the adhesives. I'll quickly recap those colours for you and what you are getting in here. So you're going to get 8 sheets of each here. So you've got the rose there, as you can see. Soft lilac is this one just here. Then you also have the Arctic blue, which is that one there. This one here is the silver. Then you've got the golden bronze, and they're all such complementary colours to each other, which is fantastic. That one there is your bronze. Then you also have the copper, which is this one here, such a really on-trend colour. And then you've got that gold in there. 8 sheets of each, $37.50, $53.99. £30 or $43.19 if you are a platinum member, which is fantastic value. Now I know what you're thinking, gosh, the colours are amazing, if only we had it in a matching cardstock as well. Well, you are in luck, because we do indeed. Do you know what, seeing as Keith's here, I'm going to change it up, Johnny. I'm going to do the Keith Shuffle with it to show you how gorgeous it all is. So, oh, it's got so much of it, Keith.
There's a lot there. 80 sheets.
Got a job to shuffle it. Look at this. Again, all absolutely perfectly colour matched with that self-adhesive. So if you want to use a combination of the two, maybe you want to use this for your card blanks, you want to die cut, it just gives you all the options. If you love all the colours, it means that you've got every single option covered. $37.50, $53.99 gets you 80 sheets of this, so it's 10 sheets of each on that one. Something else, keeping on that metallic theme, also, self-adhesive, these ones, half of these have gone. There's a lot of these in baskets at the moment. These are self-adhesive sentiments in here. Got to be good for the inside and the outside of your cards, I'm thinking, these ones, Keith.
Absolutely, Joe, yeah. Again, peel and stick, no glue required, Joe, already done for you. Look at the amazing, beautiful foil sentiments on there as well. And again, they are die cut friendly. Use your tooling in your craft room for sure. And all of the things that we've got on our website here at Crafters TV, they will work amazingly with this range.
Yeah, they will indeed. Really lovely foiling there on the sentiments, as well as that, of course, metallics backgrounds, which is brilliant. If you love sentiments and you're in the market for them, then we've really got you covered. This one, a bog off on these, which is excellent. 2 different styles within here as well. 60% have both gone. Buy one, get one free. So you can either go for 2 of the silver or 2 of the gold. But you've got all your people on half of them.
People?
And then, yeah, and then you've got all of your occasions on the other ones as well. These are all beautifully die cut. They just pop out. You were saying go for 2 of these for that price, Keith. You've got thousands of toppers there.
Yep, that's a pretty big bundle is that one, Joe. You're not going to use these overnight. This is very craftable. This is for you to keep in your craft room, take on your holiday, put it in your tote bag. You can either punch them all out. They're already pre-punched for you. Give them a flex. Everything will pop out, Joe. Beautiful foil gold on the satin gold card and foil silver on the satin silver card. They are amazing. And again, one of those go-to products, if you're short of a sentiment or a family member sentiment, so your grandparents, your sister, your wife, your mother, all of those things in there, they are included on that little set.
Brilliant. And the great thing is either go 2 gold, 2 silver, or 1 of each. One will cost you $18.75 or $26.99. We don't want you to pay that. Get 2 in your basket. It'll also cost you $18.75 or $26.99. So make sure you've got all of those in there. They pop out so easily. Another selection of the card stocks for you over here. Again, options on this one. And this is what you're really known for, isn't it, Keith? These really high quality card stocks with the gorgeous finishes that you bring to us.
And the satin gold, Joe, is what inspired us to create the metallics range in the first place, because this is a card substrate stock, but look how beautiful and satin that silky feel is on there as well. Again, you can die cut and emboss with that. You're going to give those the most amazing effects, but that's what gave us the inspiration to invent the metallics range in the first place. So it coordinates beautifully with the range. You can use that for all of your matting and layering techniques, and it's brilliant for that. It's a tester pack, only 10 sheets.
10 sheets, 10 sheets of the satin board, or you can go for 10 sheets of the mirror, which is the bright gold. Really lovely. Quite a versatile weight, I'm thinking, these as well, Keith.
Oh, lovely. Again, you've got the aspect in there, Joe, for you to die cut, for you to emboss, for you to be able to do all the things that you want to be able to do so. And again, we were talking a little bit earlier on about your matting and layering, those fantastic with dies that we've got on the show earlier on today, and again later on this evening. You know, really brilliant for your matting and layering techniques. It's a must-have product in your craft room.
2/3 of the holographic has gone, so you need to choose. Do you want the satin board, the gold mirror, the silver mirror, or the holographic? They're on a 4 for free, so you can either go for one of each and pay for 3, we'll send you 4, or go for, you know, a couple of each of them. It's completely up to you, or get 4 of all of them. If you want the best value. £4.60 or £5.52. Really great way to try the range. Really great introduction. This is really clever what you've brought us as well, Keith. I think this is really genius. Really good quality white card, but in 3 different weights. So why would we want the different rates? Starting with the 350.
Well, Joe, this is going to make you laugh, because you may well have seen the 50 Shades of Grey, but did you know that there are 50 Shades of White?
Are there?
There are, yes, there are 50 Shades of White. And here we've got only 1 shade of white,
right,
but in 3 different weights, all for their particular characteristics. So the one that we're featuring here, this is the 350 GSM for construction, for really top quality card making or constructions, making those home decor pieces, your photo frames, you know, your box frames, or your gift boxes themselves. Absolutely beautiful for that. It's uncoated, Joe, so you can stamp on it, colorize it, spritz it, do everything you want with it. It does all of those secondary crafting processes.
Really great. Also, we've got the shadow boxes launching tomorrow here on Crafters TV. Tomorrow, myself and my TV wife Debbie Fisher, this would be a great heavyweight cardstock to use with those dies, so do bear that in mind. The other one we've got then is 250, which is like the hero really, isn't it, Keith?
It is the hero, because this is the one that we use mostly within the factory, Joe. This will make all of our crease cards, all of our shape cards. We use this for producing a lot of our printed topper sheets as well in that 250 GSM weight. Beautiful to be able to work with all of those. Again, uncoated, but the whites match. They match to the 350 GSM. It's the same substrate, just in a heavier micron board, which really is fabulous for everyday crafting for sure.
Incredible. And then, one we don't see a lot of, 170 GSM. Why would we want this one in our stash, Keith?
Well, believe it or not, Joe, there are lots of crafters like to do their, what I call PC crafting, working with their USBs, working with their CD-ROMs. This will work with any home PC printer. So you can make your own invitations if you like, you can make your own sentiments if you wish, or you can do your home printing on this particular product, Joe. Again, it's uncoated, so there's no shine there with it as well. It's good reception for taking your inks, and again, it's acid lignin free, so you can do all of the things you want to be able to do so, but it's a lighter weight, so again, you can work with it in a PC friendly way.
Amazing, perfect for printing there as well. Now, I'm going to have to go over here and just grab the next item, because we didn't think we had enough of this to bring it back for another show. But I've been told you're going to need to be quick if you want it. We thought we were going to be able to have this in stock for a lot longer than we have. Let me just share with you a few of the samples. Keith, why was this one so popular when we bought this? We brought this back because it was so popular last time, haven't we?
Who doesn't love Sunbunny? I mean, Easter's fast approaching. You need to get this now in your basket. There's not a lot of stock left, but look how beautiful these characters are. They're, you know, they're cute, they're quaint, they're so easy to be able to work with. This is an all-inclusive little collection that we've got in there with your foil toppers in there. You can make big cards, you can make small cards. You get 8x8 toppers in here. You've got the little mini sentiment stash included with the set as well. Look how quaint those are. Look how that one is. Again, all done with the die cuts of your shapes and then matted and laid up.
Really, really adorable. Perfect for Easter, as you said, which is, well, fast approaching. It's still quite a way away yet, isn't it? We've got about 5 weeks, I think, haven't we? 5 or 6 weeks still until Easter, so definitely time.
It gives you a chance to get the product and make your cards, Joe.
Absolutely, but I think as well, yes, Easter, this is going to be brilliant, but just a really cute card crafting collection. So you could use this all year round,
Joe, this is never going to go out of fashion. I can tell you, you know, these kind of character collections just never go out of fashion. You know, you've got the love aspect in there, really. It's something I used to be in once upon a time. Oh, no, sorry. No, I am in love. I just wanted to just reiterate that with a current Mrs. Smith. I did give her a card for our anniversary, which was, incidentally, on Valentine's Day. I know I don't look romantic, but I am really. But the Love Somebody range will work for all of those romantic occasions for sure.
Brilliant. Let me take you through then exactly what you are getting, because you've got this super cool, like a sort of DL topper stash, isn't it? Really awesome. Loads of different sentiments within there. Perfect for doing things like home decor, box frames. Wonderful for just a very simple card topper. 24 sheets in that one. Then what you've got is 30 sheets of this one, which is awesome. So this is a 20 centimetre by 20 centimetre topper pad. But again, if you want to fussy cut these, you would be perfect to do that. Smaller scrapbook pages will look excellent. Just a, you know, a very simple, like you'll do a big 8x8 card, cut around that. That is your card front done and good to go. A couple of mats and layers. Do you know what else would go well with this, Keith?
Oh, isn't it lovely?
Wouldn't they play well together?
Absolutely, Joe. You took the words out of my mouth. I was just going to say that the rose-coloured gold will go with this range beautifully for sure.
And then what you've got is your inserts. But I mean, think about using, they don't have to just go on the inside of your card, the inserts. I mean, they are big, they're A4. You could definitely cut those down, use the image on one side, or you could make those proper big fancy floating inserts, you know, like the $7 cards we were talking about a little earlier. You've got options here for this, but really beautiful imagery, super cute, really lovely sentiments across all of them, and it really does go on and on, this collection. So you've then got as well your toppers in here too. So you've got your topper collection. Look at these. I mean, again, they're absolutely stunning. Each sheet jam-packed full of the toppers. All the beautiful tags that you can see in here as well. It really is a bumper collection there. Printed papers as well. And then you're also getting this element, which is just here. We're just checking the includes on this, because it's an awful lot in here for this price. It is amazing. Keith's giving us a knowing nod, nodding along, so it must be brilliant. Excellent value there on that. Less than 50 of them to go around, so if you want them, you will need to be fast for them. Gosh, there's a lot on this show, Keith. We've had a busy old day, haven't we?
Oh, I've had a great day, Joe. It's been brilliant. It really has. I love coming here to Crafters TV. I hope you guys at home are enjoying the show just as much as I'm enjoying being here. It's been brilliant from every time I've been here. It's been making so welcoming. And of course, we've got you know, the professionals here as well with Jan, and of course earlier this morning. Who was that girl this morning we had?
Debbie.
I was just testing you. I knew that all along the time. Just seeing if you were paying attention there. Yeah.
I noticed you didn't include me in the list of professionals, Keith, is all I was.
Well, Joe, you were late today. I'm sorry, you were late. You had no notice this morning. You were late. You slept in, didn't you? It doesn't matter. It happens to us all, really. Okay, it's fine.
I was late yesterday, to be fair, so you're only close enough, yeah.
Did the show start without you, Joe? That would have been brilliant, really.
No.
Oh,
it's never happened here, the show starting without me. It did once happen, though, when I used to work on Ideal World. They only managed to get hold of me 12 minutes before the show. I raced to the studio. I was selling a blender, and they were 4.5 minutes in before she got to the studio. It's not happened here yet, Keith. We're all right.
Well, that's all right then, Joe. I like the word "yet."
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Oh, it will.
Listen, can I do you a 30-second card?
Oh,
this is
yes,
honestly
please.
a 30-second card. This is going to be the fastest demo
What
of
can
the
you do in
day. It's going to
30
go down
seconds?
for 8. I'm going to take one of those 8x8 stash sets from the Love Somebody range. Look, here we got our little character there on the little Vespa scooter there. That's as quick as it is. Right, I put my 3D foam pad on. 1, 2, 3. That's going to go on to on my little card there, really. Ready to go. Centre of the card. Bish, bash, bosh. It's on. It's ready. It's fixed. It's on. Let me then shut that up there. We're going to close that up there, Joe. We're going to put that onto there. And now I'm going to take one of the lovely little slimline sentiments that are down on here. You call them DL size. They are, Joe. There you go. DL size. It's going to go work on there. I've done nothing else. I haven't even cut these. I haven't even trimmed these. I've just literally popped them onto the card. This is the fastest card making collection you're ever going to see.
Very similar to Jan's, you know. I just thought, gosh, well, you separated at birth, you two, because you crafted exactly the same way.
There you go, bish bash bosh. It's done, it's ready, it's a go. You could send that to anybody as much as you like, but isn't that's the fastest card you've ever seen done?
It really
Three pieces of card on a card, ready to go. I could mat and layer it, of course, with the holographics. I could mat and layer it with the metallics. It would work perfectly with that. But if you want quick and easy cards that you can make and you can sell, then by all means you need to get this, but you do need to be quick to be able to take advantage of the Love Somebody
Absolutely,
range.
you will. Over 20% is your saving there as well. Under £20 for Platinum members, under $24, which is excellent. So snap it up. There's a lot of sheets there in that Love Somebody collection. So do grab a hold of those. Right. I want to also tell you, go back to the self-adhesive collection. 60% gone now on these. A lot of them sat in baskets as well. You will need to maybe consider checking your basket out sooner rather than later. 8 different colours within there for you. 8 sheets of each. Questions coming in about these. Rhonda says, with the adhesives, can you use them like a vinyl? So I think I asked you this earlier, could we put them through something like the Cricut or the Scan and Cut? And cut shapes out of this on our electronic machines.
For sure, you definitely can, 100%. Again, perfect will work with your Scan and Cut or any of your other tooling that you've got there. It's a lightweight paper with an adhesive backing on there. It's got what we call a crack back. In other words, there are various strips. In fact, I'm going to show you one of those in a minute, Joe, shall we? Let me just try and grab one of those for you, wherever we got them. Down in here somewhere. Where did I put my piece of card? It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. Has it gone? Joe, where's it gone?
Oh no, there's everything underneath that counter. I think Jan's probably pinched it.
Well, it might have gone somewhere, mightn't it, really? But there we go.
Yeah, very busy on this. And also remember, we do have the coordinating card stock as well. 80 sheets of the coordinating card stock, which is 300 GSM. It's on top, is it? Let's go back.
Listen,
it's on
when
top.
you get to my age, it's easy to forget whereabouts you've put things, you know. I mean, I do that all the time, really. Thank you, Jan. Jan sat down here. You know, she's been brilliant, really. What was the question now? I forgot what the question was. Look, this is one that I tore off a little bit earlier. What's a bit? Oh, we can't have that. That looks really a bit. For professional TV presentation, that looks a little bit.
You spent all that time looking for it, now you can't use it anyway.
He's going to chop top.
There we go.
You were showing us the backing.
I was going to show the backing, and now I've got glue all in my guillotine. Oh, Lord, oh dear me. Never mind. Listen, we're going to show you. We're going to show you the crack backing, which is what it's got. And what do we mean by that? Look, it's made up of little strips. So you can see, look, how easy that strip's going to come off. So strip number 1, we're doing a bit of stripping here in the card making facility. So that's strip number 2. And you know what happens when we start stripping? We're going to get to the end game for sure. But look, beautiful to be able to play around with it. And this is what we mean by it's got a crack back. So if you don't want to peel all of the adhesive off, you don't have to do. But it's as easy as that to be able to peel it off. And of course, once you've got going with it, you can then tear it across there. And of course, it's then super adhesive, sticky.
It looks very sticky as well, Keith.
This is one that we did a little bit earlier on. Believe it or not, this is the backing lining paper, Joe, which I'm just going to put down on there. Look at the intricacy of that die.
Amazing.
Isn't that just fantastic? And then if I just go and grab you this one, because since I did the card, I've now put wheels on it, because look, it's got some little buttons down on here as well. So you put the little buttons on there. So that just shows the intricacy of how you can die cut with this. And a die like this is really difficult to fix either with wet glue or with 3D foam pads. In fact, it's virtually impossible with 3D foam pads because you've not got a lot of area to fasten things down. But with it being adhesive, you can literally, you know, just die cut it out and it's good straight away to put down. If it's rising a little bit, put a piece over the top, give it a bit of a rub down, and therefore you're not going to damage any of the pop-ups bit, but it will stick down beautifully. And how cool is that card? And really that is cool. Then the backing paper that's come off, which I dare say you could maybe think about using on something else if you wanted to do so. Right, shall we get on with something else, Joe?
Yes, let's.
I want to show the view. That that's how we're going to work with the adhesives. This is the luxury of the metallic ink cards. Beautiful. I love this colorway. It's a lovely, Arctic blue. Fantastic. And look now what happens when we put this through our embossing folder. So we've got an everyday embossing folder. Let's just put that through. I'm going to show you why you need to have this in your crafting room. So the adhesive,
that's the cardstock you've got
this is the cardstock, yeah. So the adhesive is amazing, but the cardstock is equally as amazing as well. Going to give you superb results and something that you can go to every day. You've got 8 colours in there, 10 sheets of each. It's an 80 sheet bundle. Brilliant for using
absolutely
every
great
day.
value. 37 pence, 37.5 pence a sheet as a platinum member. Amazing value.
Look at this, Joe.
Oh wow.
Look how fabulous that then embosses on there for you. And again, it keeps its metallic characteristics all staying onto the sheet there. Beautiful to be able to work with. So that's the cardstock. Now we're going to show you how that will work with the adhesives as well. Don't be frightened to mix and match. Use them all together for sure and be able to make the most amazing results. Let me put that to one side because I've got something else I want to show you. I know these are going really, really quickly, so we need to be quick with this. But this is using one of the adhesive sentiments on there as well. These are beautifully foiled, and again, you can see I put my die on there. This is all part of this wonderful bundle of sheets of metallic foiled sentiments. Aren't they fantastic? In all of the colours that coordinate with both the cardstock and the adhesives themselves, and are beautifully foiled, and you do get a selection there with silver and a gold version as well. Let me show you how that then die cuts, Joe. It really is brilliant to be able to work around with. So again, we're going to put that onto our lovely little mats here with our Gemini machine. We're just going to pop that straight through, and again we're going to get an amazing result with this, and it's ready, going to be able to peel and use straight away. No glue required because it's already on the back there for sure. And look at this again. Look beautiful. Oh, I can see it coming out now. How cool is that?
Catherine says, Joe and Keith are like a barrel of monkeys. I'm loving it today. I don't know what that means.
Whoa. Interesting you should mention that really, because in the Smith household we have sort of like 4 generations living in one roof. Yeah, we're like the modern day Waltons, Joe.
It's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It is a little bit like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because we have got Karen's grandmother lives with us.
Mrs. Smith's grandmother
lives with us, and Karen's grandmother, Magdalena, she is 97.
Whoa.
Believe it or not, yes. They're definitely the wrong side of 21. Then we've got Karen's mum lives with us. I know, I live with the mother-in-law. Unbelievable, but true, yeah. Grandmother, mother-in-law, unbelievable but true. But there we go. We have to.
I bet you get ganged up on in your house.
Oh, absolutely, Joe. You would not believe it, my friend. You will not believe it. That's why I come here, for a bit of peace and quiet and tranquility. Now again, and then of course we've then got my children. So I've got the wife, so that's generation number 3.
Yeah.
And then I've got my daughter, generation number 4.
Wow.
She's not pregnant yet, so there isn't no 5. But anyway, I think 4's not bad in this day and age. Really, 4 generations under one roof. There we go. And look how beautiful that has now die cut from on there. You can see straight away how fabulous
really
is that
awesome.
taken there from on that. Isn't that lovely? Right, we're
it's
going to come back to it in a moment.
how well it die cuts the self-adhesive. When you think about it, going through the paper itself, then the carrier sheet and all the adhesive too. So knowing you're going to be able to die cut it, knowing that you can also use it through your electronic machines, as well as just using it and cutting it down if you want to on your guillotine. So great. And how lovely is it going to look, Keith, when you think about having the fact that you've got the cardstock itself, then you've got the self-adhesive, and then you've got the sentiment, all in those similar or the same tone, but then also the other colour tones are all matching each other and complementary to each other. So,
isn't it brilliant?
So many different ways of using it.
It's a one-stop shop, Joe. It really is, and it's today. It's here right now. You know, they invited me up for the day, and then they're throwing me out. Let me tell you, they're throwing me out. So you've got to be quick to get into it.
It is at Keith's last live hour, not ever, for today. He hasn't been that misbehaved yet, so I'm sure it won't be long.
Whilst we're talking about embossing things and die cutting things, Joe, I could colorise this if I wanted to. This is the 250 GSM white cardstock.
Awesome.
You know, beautiful. And again, you can see how that's now embossed as well to give us the most amazing backdrop that will work with all of these things. Now, the reason I've done a white piece of card will become evidently clear in a moment or two if I just put that to one side. However, the issue that I've got to fix at the moment, and I could have probably given this to the lovely Jan to fix whilst I was there, is that I decided to put the adhesive in without the carrier sheet on, and now it's stuck to my guillotine.
Oh no!
So, look, you know, so we're now peeling off the adhesive from the back of the guillotine. Unbelievable, but true. Never mind.
There's another one down there just behind you.
Oh, good.
Big one, there you go.
There we go. I might be a bit dangerous with that one. Right, let me just see what I want to do. I want to be able to put this one onto here. So I need to now just do a little bit of measuring because I've got to do a bit of cutting, Joe. Not something I normally do because I've normally got it all prepped, but I'm going to put one there, I'm going to put one there, and let's just have a look. We're going to put another one there. This is what I would call my little crafting on the hoof, as it were, really. So we're making dot to dots, as you can see on the screen there. And now we'll just get the guillotine. Let's see if we can just clear this out. Really, we'll avoid that little bit.
There's lots of love coming in for you, Keith, in the comments.
Lovely.
Joy says, "We love you, Keith." All in capitals is all it says. Sherry says, "Joe and Jan in the background laughing and snickering is making my evening." Celia says, "Lovely show, great prices. Love it today." Says Catherine. Joy says a barrel of monkeys means all sorts of fun, apparently. And Sian says, "So funny, just love Keith."
Oh, thank you very much. That all of the love in the room. That's beautiful, really fabulous. Listen, if you're having a good time, I'm having a good time. That's all it's about, really. It's just having a really great time, and that's what crafting's all about, of course.
Absolutely.
Enjoying ourselves whilst we're having a good time. I'm sorry I've made a little bit of a lot of a mess on the floor, but Jan will clear it up later. It's not a problem. Right, so now you can see now I've got my embossed card there, and I've got a piece of acetate here. This is acetate. We've got it on the website. Check it out. There's various different types of acetate that we've got on the website. That's going to go over the top there. But before we do that, let's go back to the piece that we cut a little bit earlier on. Do you remember we cut this little character out here?
Yes.
On the adhesive. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this down onto the carrier sheet. We're going to peel this off. And all you've got to do is you've just got to find a little bit of the separation. If you've got strong fingernails, that's good. If you haven't, a little bit of a knife, and we're just going to peel it like so. You can see there we go. We can just peel this off. It's this easy. Look how it's beautifully just peeling off. The backing carrier sheet is just going to peel off. Now I'm going to peel it roughly halfway down, and then I'm going to then line up where I want this to actually be on the sheet, and then literally I'm going to put my little finger down onto
I thought you were sticking it to the mat for a moment.
It does look that way, Joe, doesn't it? But honestly, I'm not. I'm putting it down onto this lovely piece of acetate. And now we're just going to rub that nice and gently down, a bit like you're doing vinyl wallpapering, I guess, Willie. But we're just going to pull that off, and we're going to put that down so it goes really nicely down onto the carrier sheet. Not quite sure I've got it central enough, but it's going to do. Right here and right now, so for sure. Now, the other thing then I'm going to do is I'm then going to put this little bit onto here. So we're going to put a little bit of tape onto the back here. This is going to be quite good fun, I think. Maybe. It might be. It might not. We'll see how it goes. Jan, isn't it good fun when you do something on the hoof and you don't know if it's quite going to work, but it might work. And if it does, it'll be great. And if it doesn't,
you can start again.
I'll blame somebody else. So that one's going to go down on there. Right, so now we're going to fix this end of the acetate onto here. Okay, let's just peel up to a little bit of tape off of there. So we're just going to fix the acetate onto that little bit there. That's all right. We've got a score line on the back of that acetate. So
is this a you creation, this card?
This is me, Matt Smith.
Check
creation.
you out.
Yeah,
Look at you.
This is me, Joe. This is me. During the breaks and the interval, whilst the professionals are crafting, I've got to think, well, what can I do to impress people? I've got to do everything I can to impress people. But what I've done on here is we've now got that lovely acetate. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and push that up a little bit, if we can. We're going to push that up, and we're going to put this over the back there. So that's going to go nicely over the top and put that in. And now we've got it slightly raised over the back cat. Oh, look at that. That's almost perfect, Keith. That's coming along really, really nicely. So on the back there now, we now need to put some more tape onto the back so we can fasten this down onto the cardstock itself. So it's going to go down onto the back there. This is just a bit of
Samantha
tissue
says,
tape.
Keith has sold me on the papers. I didn't think I needed any more solid colour, but I have to have these. A lot of people loving these metallics. I think it's the quality on the printing is just unbelievable, Keith, isn't it? It's so shiny.
Oh, they're beautiful, Joe. Honestly, you'll not be disappointed. And the other thing, can I just say, here at Crafters TV, I am not being kidding here, everything is in stock. Everything is ready to go from the warehousing here at Crafters TV. You're not going to be waiting an age. It's going to be dispatched to you almost instantaneously because they leave from here, from the Crafters TV warehousing. It's not waiting for any third-party shipping or anything like that.
Excellent.
It's good to go now. It's in stock. If you want it, get it and get it now.
Give Keith another hour with more crafting on the hoof. A whole hour of Keith on the hoof.
That would be great, wouldn't it? Listen, this ain't going to turn out too bad, Joe. I don't think really. This is going to think so. So look, I'm going to look. This is going to go really nicely. We're going to put this one up on here. Shall I put that to the top or bottom? What do you think, Jan? Top
in
or
the middle.
bottom?
I would have said middle.
Oh, middle. Top, middle, or bottom?
Top, middle, or bottom. What's a hot
Well,
spot? Not
middle.
a good spot.
It's a good spot
Middle,
on there. So
yeah.
that's going to go across the middle there.
And
So
then
now
a
we've got that
sentiment in the
fastened.
middle.
It is fastened. But then we could take one of our lovely, then we could take one of our wonderful little sentiments, all of these. We've got all of this to choose from. They're already pre-punched. We've got happy birthdays on here. We've got with love. We've got on your special day. All of those things we get. There we go. Let's just pop that one out because I think that one's quite nice. So again, happy birthday. Maybe a bit of a special birthday card. Again, pre-punched for you. Now then, John, what do you think? Top, middle or bottom?
Top, middle, or bottom, Jan? I think bottom right, where you've got it.
Bottom right. Right, put that underneath
nice.
there because it's got to go underneath the acetate, Joe. It's got to go underneath the acetate because that's going to be lift.
Yeah.
So there we go. So then what we could do is, I guess we could get some of our bling, wherever I've put my silver bling. It's around here somewhere. I've got some silver bling, but we could tart it up a little bit later on. Sorry, technical term.
We'll tart it up later on. Love that.
We will. We'll tart it up later on. We'll put some gemstones over here. Sorry about that. It's a Smith euphemism. There we go.
What is it? Debbie Robinson says she says titivate it later on. That's what she says. We'll
Titivate it
titivate
later.
it.
Well, what we can do is we can titivate the centre by putting in this, again, another one of these adhesives. You need to get these quick because they're going to go, and they're going to go fast. And again, what we're just going to do is just going to separate the back carrier from the front carrier from the adhesive metallic ink that we've made in the factory in Halifax in West Yorkshire. Not Nova Scotia, but in West Yorkshire. We're just going to peel that off there. As you can see, it's now fully adhesive. So then what we're going to do is just line this up to where we want it to go to, Joe. It's as easy as that. We're going to just pop that down, put our finger on the top there to fix it in place, and then go across, and then we're just going to get rid of all of the air from being trapped inside it there, and we're just going to peel it off, peel and rub down, giving it a little bit of the peel and rub down on there, and it's as easy as that. The carrier's come off, it's down on there, it's fixed, as easy as that. No glue, no messing about, it's there, it's done, it's fixed. That's the inside of the card.
Amazing.
That's the outside of the card. We'll titivate it up a little bit later on by putting on a little bit of blings and butterflies and all that sort of thing, but because I've got loads to show you and time's going by quickly. So there's a very quick card, and there's the one that we did a little bit earlier on as well, which I'll show the viewers as well today. So a card number one, and there we got the new one.
It's not that time yet. It's not time for card of the show yet. Card number one, card number two.
Well, I'm going to find my silver bling. I've got some bling somewhere around here.
You sort your bling out then. I'll just quickly remind you of a couple of items. So let's go back through the self-adhesive. 70% of this has gone, and there is a lot of you shopping on the website at the moment. What I would say is a lot of you sat with this in your basket. When I tell you that 70% has gone, that is people that have actually physically checked out and confirmed their order. So please consider doing that in the future. If you are struggling to find, there might be a little bit of an issue with the shop the show button at the moment. If you're looking for the Paper Dienamics item, type Paper Dienamics into the search bar on the home screen of the website. Some of you not able to hit the shop the show button at the moment. I think maybe it's because it is so busy over there. So in here what you're going to get is you're going to get the rose. You will also get the soft lilac. You've got the Arctic blue. We've smashed that fourth wall down, Johnny. The silver. The gold is there as well. Then you've got the bronze, the copper, and also the gold. Johnny fell asleep there. I don't know what was going on. And then what you can do is, of course, 8 sheets of each of them. I'm even starting now to get a bit heavy-handed. 64 sheets. Look at that. Did you hear that, Smithy?
I did.
What a wodge.
Oh, Joe.
What a wodge of cardstock. Now, if you want all of the same colours, corresponding, exactly matching colours in the metallics, 300 GSM, 10 sheets of each in here, all perfectly colour matched to go with those self-adhesives. Absolutely gorgiana. It's an eleganza extravaganza. As my mate Rue would say. $37.50 or $53.99 if you want to grab that. Oh! Oh! Breaking news. That was the breaking news klaxon.
You sound like a moose.
A moose. It was a klaxon. The shop, the show.
A moose is loose. I don't know the who's.
Shot the show is working. Fun fact for you, know when they say that in that song, Keith, do you know they're talking about a mouse, but he's just got a Scottish accent. It's not a moose he's talking about. He says a moose is loose. He means a mouse, not an actual moose.
Listen,
anyway,
Craig's been giving me some beautiful Scottish speaking lessons.
Oh, anything you could share with us or not?
I could do a whole show in a Scottish accent,
Can
but
you?
I won't. I won't, because I don't want to offend my Scottish friends up there. Yeah, I have to say, I was nearly born in Scotland.
Nearly?
Nearly, yeah. My dad's from Northumberland.
Right.
Which is not far from Scotland.
He's not from Morpeth, is he?
He is. Funny enough.
Charlotte's from Morpeth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That explains it.
My dad used to have to walk to school, but all those years ago. He's not 21. I mean, he's the wrong side of 40. Anyway, yeah. My dad's a hardened Northumbrian, really, and they're made of hardy stuff up there, you know.
They really are. It's well documented, the fact that Charlotte is from Morpeth, so she's very pleased about that. Let me take you and share with you and show you this amazing sentiment stash that you've got in here. So these, all of them completely self-adhesive, which is brilliant. All going to match as well, the same colours that you've got in the main metallics range, and different sentiments in here. Love these as well, the ones we've handmade with love. Would be gorgeous on the backs of your projects. Maybe you want to put them on the back of a scrapbook page, would work really, really well. And things like sending love in there too. A really great selection of sentiments, and again, all in that perfectly corresponding colours. And I think the fact is, I know we looked at it a minute ago, but to have the 3 together. So that's a self-adhesive here. This one underneath here, that is the cardstock, and then you've also got the self-adhesive sentiment too. So the 3 together, it's such a really classy combo that you've got there. But you will need to be quick. Over 70% now of the self-adhesives has gone. Right, we are going to over here, a really lovely selection for you on a 4 for free. So this is awesome because either get one of each of these or pick and choose. So you've got that beautiful metallic satin gold card that you've got there. Really, really wonderful. And again, the luster on there is absolutely beautiful. We've then got as well this one just here. Now this is the bright gold, which is that beautiful mirror board for you. And again, great thing is about these, when they are so beautifully shiny like this, you only really need a tiny little bit of that. So you only need like a little glimpse of that, maybe one of your matte layers done in that too. And again, the same with this one, the silver. Look at how reflective that is. Really, really beautiful quality. Again, so that one there is your silver. And we've also got, shut the front door, shut the back door, put the bins out, kiss the milkman, ride the dog up the road naked. This is limited stock, Keith, the holographic. If it's in your basket, you need to check it out. Exceptionally busy there on that at the moment. Remember, they're on a 4 for free as well. So don't put 3 in your basket because you'll pay for 3, you'll get 3. Put 4 in your basket, you'll pay for 3, you'll get 4. So make sure you are getting the best deal. Lots and lots of love. Mary Rhino says, Joe, they sell moose mating call whistles here in Maine. I'll have to get you one.
There you go. See, I knew I was right about the moose.
There's so many things I could say about that, Mary, but it's not the time or the place. But that does sound very interesting. Does it sound anything like my klaxon? That's what I was going to say. Oh, oh. It's gone a bit funny.
I think what's the feature film where he pulls on his... Oh, it's... it'll come to me. It's coming to me. It's the train one at Christmas. The train one at Christmas. Polar Express.
Right.
And he pulls on his beard like that. There you go.
Yeah.
We could do all of that with you. Makes everything move, for sure.
Oh, right. I love that horn, says Deborah. Arena says beautiful cards. Love the card, says Mary. Don't you just love Keith? I want to be his type of crazy, says Gilmore. I love that. Wonderful card as well. Yes, loads and loads of love coming in still. Right. I'm going to share with you. We're going to get back to Keith. Let's go straight back to the man of the hour.
Who can. He's busy. Look, we call this in the trade our little card gutting, really. I don't like that particular word, but listen, I'm not going to waste this beautiful holographic card. So I've cut a shape out the middle. This is not for anything particularly, but I'm going to save it for another demonstration on another day, because this is the bit that I wanted, and I'll show you why in a moment too. So we're going to do a nice 8" by 8" card. I have to stand this side because I just keep forgetting to be pushing it that side, and I want to stay here, in the same place. So again, we're going to make a card using this little bit of metallic, and then we're going to use the rose-coloured metallics adhesives, Joe, and it's going to be a really special card because I believe that there's a certain young lady in this organisation, and it's her birthday very soon.
Is it?
Yeah. So a little birdie tells me.
Oh, who's that?
Well, there you go. That's for me to know and you to find out. All will become maybe clear. But I would suggest, Joe, that you do go out and you get your creative head on and make a nice card. And we've got all of the stuff here for you to be able to do that. So there's no excuses. It's fixed. Now, on the metallic adhesives, we could actually use the adhesive papers down on here. As I say, there's some adhesive paper. But because I want a little bit of rigidity in this, I want it to stand up because I've cut a hole in the middle, I'm going to use the same colour, but in the cardstock. So again, we've got adhesive card. So I just want to use the card for now. I'm going to use the adhesive in a minute too. You're going to be amazed with this particular card. It's going to be lovely. How are we doing for time? Are we good for time?
Yeah, we're doing all right. You've got about 10 minutes left.
Well, 20 would be good. I'm sure Jan doesn't mind me using a bit of her airtime up for sure.
She's all right. She's more than happy.
Right, so you can see now that we've covered up the hole in the middle, which is what we wanted to do. There you go. It's all covered up in the middle, and it's fixed. It's on. There we go. It's good. Right, now we're going to take a little bit of. We're going to use a little bit of the magic portions down on here. Now I'm told, Keith, to get them all in the right order. This is the right order. I think I've got all the right pieces, but not necessarily in the right order. I've got all the pieces. This, I should have had a bit of tape on there. For some reason, how remiss of me, I didn't realise that there's no piece of tape on the back there. So we'll just put a bit of tape on the back for now. Let's make it up as we're going to go along. And this is going to be great. It is literally the metallics rose on the holographic. Can you tell where we're going to go with this? I don't think you can, but I'm going to see where we're going to go. That's going to go plumb smack in the centre there, and then we're then going to draw a snowman in there, a lovely little snowy scene. I think that's where we're going to go. No, we're not. We're going to take a little bit of the metallics adhesive, and we're just going to peel this off onto the back on here, and we're going to dress this up with the metallic adhesive. So again, no coating required, no glue required. Literally peeling that off, as you can see from on there. And now we're going to use that metallics adhesive. We're just going to put that down onto the centre there. Give it a little bit of rub down onto the end, rub it all over, and there you go. It's stick to perfect covering there. Perfect covering. Right, Joe, let's do the same with this one, shall we? Let's going to take another piece of white card. We're going to put this one up on here, really. I think that will look quite nice up there as well, really. So we're going to use this little bit to go up on the top. Again, just little bits of snippets of card. No rocket science involved in here, you know. It's literally just a small piece of card. But sometimes keeping it simple can give you the most amazing effect cards if you go nicely with them. So that one's going to go really nice. Let's make sure it's in the centre there. That's going to go lovely jubbly. Ready? It's fixed. It's on there. Now, here's the next little bit. This is what I mean about the adhesives. Look how beautiful that has die cut. Isn't that amazing?
Incredible. So is that the adhesive or is that the
This
card?
is the adhesive.
Yeah.
So this is the adhesive. This is the reason
hard
for the
to tell
adhesive.
the difference, isn't it?
It is hard to tell the difference, apart from the fact that one you can stick without any sticking, and the other you do need to add sticking. But this is brilliant. Again, just look at how that is just going to peel off. We're going to get the wonderful effects there with the adhesive, and that gives you all of the intricacy of your delicate dies in an amazing effect. Now, I'll just take that off on there because I want to make sure I get this right. So that's going to go nicely onto the end there. Just going to leave a little bit of a gap and put that onto there, and then let's just work our way across, pulling nicely the carrier sheet off on the back and making sure that's going down pretty straight. So we need it to go down straight, and that's going to go lovely over there. And again, you can see how beautiful that has now fixed. Here's one that I prepared a little bit earlier on, Joe, and this one's going to go down on the bottom because we don't want lightning to strike twice. So I've done this one already, so people don't have to watch too much of the same thing. And so there we go, a bit like those boxes that Jan was doing today. But how many boxes do you have to make, Jan? Was it 4 in a row? Yeah, 4 in a row. So again, that's going to go down. So we've got 2 in a row here now, and you can see some little, things that. Let's put some gemstones on the top here. Where's they gone? Where's they gone? Oh, they're there. They're there. So I'm going to put the gemstones on because I've got them this time. I've found them. I've kept them safe. So we put a little bit of gemstones on there. So let's just put one down onto here.
Oh, nice.
A little bit of a pearl. Pearl's a singer, Joe. You know.
She is, yeah.
And looks really nice with a little bit of pearl, a bit of a pearly wisdom on there for sure. And so again, we're going to just put these little pearls on. I like adding bling and ribbons. This, believe it or not, Joe, this adds $1 to your card.
Does it?
£1 to your card. Yeah, just adding that little bit of bling there, definitely, 100% add another $1 to your card. You can do that for sure. Without any hesitation whatsoever, you could put...
Pop 2 on.
Eh?
Pop $2 on. Why not?
Well, let's go for it. Yeah. Who says it just has to be $1? You can put any amount that you like on. Oh, there we go. Wait, hey, where'd it go? It is there. It's going to stick. It is going to stick. Last one.
Here we go.
Here we go. This is it, the big one. Put that one onto there. It's got a bit of adhesive on there. Let's put that one. Should we put this one up in here, Joe? I think so. Maybe. There we go. That's on there. Right. So now we've got rid of all those little bits there. Now let's go to the next part, really. And I'm going to take these a bit again. Sorry for the speed of it. I've got some 3D foam pads on the little bit backs of these. Here's some that I've prepared a little bit earlier on there. What do you mean by you prepared a little bit early? Well, I've taken the 3D foam pads off. Let's take one on his for you. And let's just take that, and we're just going to go like this. Look, here we go. Let's just take this off of here, Joe. Brilliant. Again, take that off there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, so 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. That's going to go nicely on there. Then what we're going to do, Joe, this is what I mean about mixing and matching with the colours. Look, we've taken a piece of the silver, we've cut a letter out, and we've mounted it onto the rose.
Perfect.
So you can literally make your own words up just with your dies and your tooling. And again, we're just going to peel that off of there. So you can really mix and match with the colours. You've got 8 colours to choose from, but that's going to go great onto the top there for sure. And then what we could do then is, we could just literally go and so we could put another one there, AA. Not the Automobile Association, but it is an AA.
Sure. Catherine says, I just stopped by to catch a glimpse of the show, and now I'm glued to this Keith event. I love that. That's what we go. There was an event, it was involving Keith. There was an incident in the studio. A Keith event. That's what we're going to call it every time you go anywhere now, Keith. Hannah says, can someone please gift Keith a Pokey Tool? I do worry about him with that knife.
Well, one has been known to have a little bit of an accident. I did used to have a bigger knife than this. Right. Honestly, for us professional crafters, let me tell you, here's one that I prepared a little bit earlier on. Really, I don't advocate that you use a kitchen knife at home.
Is that what you use to take your phone pads off?
It's what I use to do my glasses up with. When the screws are coming loose on my glasses, I have to do something.
You use that to tighten the screws?
I use the kitchen knife to tighten the screws on my glasses, Joe. A boy's got to do what a boy's got to do, Joe. It's just the way that it is. We won't even go there with glasses. Glasses are my favourite thing, really, that you need, but you don't really.
Johnny's just got himself 2 new sets of glasses. It looks very distinguished, very studious. Mo number 2 on YouTube says, stopping by to say hello and get a Keith fix. I can't get enough Keith. I've noticed everyone just calls him by his first name. He's the Cher of the crafting industry. Cher.
The Cher.
Of it. Yeah, you are, really are. Is it Sarah's birthday? Oh, it is, isn't it? When is it? Do you reckon if I asked Siri it would know? Probably would. Shall I? Hey Siri, when is Sarah Davies' birthday?
There's no one in your contact. There's no one in your contact.
23rd of April.
There's no one in your contacts. Yeah, that's brilliant. She's not important in your world, Joe. She's definitely not important in your world, mate, for sure.
She's not saved as that, Keith, that's why. She's saved as something else. And if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Can I just show, look at this, how beautiful, look again, how you can die cut your words out like this. You know, you could stamp them out, but you could not get anything like this to then stick down really easily. It's really difficult to stick things down like this that are so fine and so intricate, but let's just see if we can peel off the back carrier sheet and then we'll show you how easy it is to be able to work with elements like this, to be able to create those beautiful effects with your words. So there we go, we've got it separated on there. It is coming off really, really nicely. Really
very
quickly,
easy, isn't it, to remove that backing?
On there without taking the backing off. And then there we go, we're really now quite good to go. We're going to fix that one down onto the bottom there. Go across nicely, get my fingers out of the way, Keith, and just put those down onto there, and you can see that we've got the happy birthday sitting down, and look how cool that is.
Amazing.
To be able to fasten that down on the thing there for you. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. Now what we could do is we could take one of those sentiments as well, I guess, and what should we put in the middle then, do you think, Joe? Handmade with love, or hope your day is filled with happiness. Let's do that, shall we? Let's put the day filled with a little bit of happiness in there, and again we'll peel off the back. It's as easy as this. Just separate the back paper from the front paper the back frame. So let's just put those down on there, and it is easy to be able to separate that sort of thing. So there we go, and look how beautiful that is separating. So we've got that one going to go on halfway down. Remember, I'm just taking it halfway down because I want to be able to
not all the way down.
Not all the way down until you get comfortable with that you've got it stuck in the right position, because it's adhesive, Joe. Once it's stuck, it's stuck. You know, you're just going to peel it on, rub your finger nicely across on there, and again, you've got all of the aspect there to be able to make sure you get all of the air out, so you're not going to trap any air in there, and isn't that beautiful?
Angela Brown's phone, her Siri just answered the question that I asked, apparently.
Did it really?
Her phone at home got the correct answer and answered, yeah. And Gilmore says, Joe, do you not have Sarah saved in your contacts? I do, but she's saved in something else.
He will after the show. Oh, he's got it down as something else. So we won't go there, really. Is it now something like the boss or something like that, really? That's what it is,
she's in my phone as the dragon. That's what she's in my phone as. That's genuinely what she's in my phone as.
Oh, that is brilliant. I love it. All right, well, there you go. How about that? So there we go. We're going to give that to Sarah for her birthday. Just showing you how the Metallinks adhesives is easy to work with. That's using the holographic card, a piece of the Metallinks card, and the rest of it is using the Metallinks adhesive. How you can mix and match, personalise your things, and then of course, just by using those in the middle there, it's basically, you know, ready to just put into an envelope and give to her.
Last call on the holographic card. It is about to go. I'm just going to show you the colours again. You've got options, remember, with this Metallinks. You've got it in the cardstock, which I'm about to show you, but you can also go for it in the self-adhesive. So this is it in the cardstock. All of those gorgeous colours there. 10 sheets of each, 80 sheets total. 37.5 a sheet as a platinum member is what you're looking at here on these beautiful, beautiful colours. I will give you the details also for it in the self-adhesive, and it is such a great colour match on those two. There's the adhesive details for you on the screen, and then you have all the same colours in the self-adhesive sentiments that you've just seen. Loads of sentiments in here for you. Is it 48? In this particular one, yes, 48 different sentiments in there, which is amazing. $15.99 or $22.99 for that. Must share with you the cardstock again. So the brilliant white cardstock in the 3 different weights. So you got it in the 350 GSL. I mean, this has got a.
How long we got?
It's got a serious wobble on it.
How long we got?
2 minutes and 4 seconds.
2 minutes and 4 seconds. Watch this, boys and girls. Watch this.
He's off.
Well, let's do this as quick as we possibly can. All right, so here's a piece of the 350 GSM. We're going to go and just score it down on there. We're going to give it another score line down on there. This is what this cardstock is brilliant for. Construction. I can say with absolute 100% confidence, there is not a cardstock that will perform like this in your crafting stash right now. You need to get this in your crafting stash. If you make construction, if you make boxes, if you do all of those sort of things, here we go. We're just going to put a trim line onto there, Joe. We're going to put a trim line down onto there so we can fold those flaps in. Literally, it's going to be a box with a difference. Here we go. Last one, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to fold it down the score lines. Let me put my scorecard over there. We're going to fold it down the score line. So that's folded into there, folded into there, folded into there, folded into there. I'm sorry if I'm going fast. Keep up with me. Keep up with me. There we go. That's folded into there. Joe, we're going to go with this one here. Now, you can see we've got all of the folds in place. Can you tell that we're making a box of kinds? This is the base. We could get the lid to go with it as well. So there's the base. But let's just put that upside down. It's upside down, Joe. It's there. There's no glue attached whatsoever. It is literally just stood there on its own. Let me grab my trusted friend. How much does a Gemini weigh? It weighs a good few kilos, doesn't it really? This is honestly, this is a definite 100% Gemini. Are you watching? Boys and girls, there we go. We can put that on top of that. No glue. Anything at all. That's why you need to have that cardstock. Yeah, that's why you need this cardstock. You need it in your craft room. Order it now. Put it in your basket and don't forget to check it out because this is how strong it is. I won't say it will take my weight, but it will definitely take a lot of weight. You can use it with confidence that you can construct things and know that it's going to be as safe as a Gemini stud on a box.
Absolutely. Jans can't believe it. 350 GSM is that one. Then we've got it in the more all-round weight for you, of course, which is a 250. And then the printable weight as well. If you're a digicrafter, you're going to absolutely love this in 170 GSM as well. It's 100 sheets in 170. A lot of you are unsurprisingly multi-ordering and going for 3 of those. Have I got time to quickly tell you about the sentiments as well before we go? These are amazing. You've got the people that you might want to pop on your card, and then also what you've got is all of the different sentiments or occasions. So you've got all of the people there, all of the occasions. There's thousands of sentiments here. It's buy one, get one free. So make sure you're either putting 2 gold, 2 silver, or 1 of each. Or maybe you're going to put 2 of each in there. 1875, 26.99. Whew, what a day it's been, Keith, can I say? What an absolute pleasure it was to have you in the studio with us today. I trust you'll be back with us soon as?
I'll be back before the end of the month, Joe. I think it's in the diary to come back around about the 27th, 28th, I believe.
Brilliant.
So yeah, watch this space. And when we come next time, if you think today has been a blast, when I come at the end of the month, you are going to do a Pirates of Penzance with what we're going to bring to you. It is so funny. It's the next collection. You are going to love it. Honestly, it's making me laugh just thinking about it because I know what's coming.
Can you give us a teaser?
The collection's called Foodlies. It's our Foodlies, and it is so funny. Honestly, you've got to join me.
Are these the cheeky? When me and Keith did the predecessor, way back when, Keith, they were so funny. Maybe slightly near the knuckle. Keith was asked to remove some designs, weren't you, Keith, from the initial artwork and sentiments that were selected. So I'm thinking it's going to be very tongue-in-cheek.
If you're easily offended, then don't watch. Honestly, it is such a funny collection. It's you could send it to anybody. It's not the worst thing that you're ever going to see. There's a hint for you.
But there's a promise. There's a promise. It's
not the worst thing you're ever going to see.
At the end of the month, and it's not going to be the worst thing you'll have ever seen. I love you, Keith. Thank you so much. Make sure you're checking out on those items. Very, very busy still on that brand new item, the self-adhesive. Absolutely flying out. So make sure you confirm those orders, check out those baskets. We're going to do a quick switcheroo. So whilst we do that, here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook. where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Achieve crisp, precise, and perfect die cutting results every time with the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim. The idea behind the plastic shim is that it creates a thicker plate combination, offering an even more precise die cutting result with each pass. Simply pop a plastic shim between your cutting plates and then roll through your Gemini die cutting machine and voila, an amazing precise cut every time. Plastic shims work really well with detailed or thin metal dies. So if intricate cutting is your thing, then the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim is your best friend.
Quick Buy, get yours now. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Woo, we're all going to mark ourselves safe from Keith after that show. No, it's such a pleasure to have Keith in the studio for 3 whole hours as it was, and yes, do look out for him at the end of the month. Oh, well, I'm a bit gutted because I'm away on holiday that last week in March, and I've just realised I'm obviously going to miss it, which is a shame. Right, let's go back to, are we doing the nesting dies or the mini dies? Okay, I really should have listened in the 4.5 minutes I had to get myself ready. Oh, the 30th of March, Keith will be back in the building. Is that a... Wednesday. So Wednesday. I thought so, just checking, Jan. Do you know, I don't know, I still don't know, I don't know how many days every month's got in it. I don't know, there's a rhyme, people say it every time, I just can't remember it. It's one of those things, it just won't go in. Right, let me take you back through these mini dice. Stop interrupting me, Jan. You've got a special friend just here. You've also got your baby selection. Daddy Jake would like these ones for the little one. How long now, Jake?
6 days.
Oh, 6 days till he's a daddy. Then we've also got the tags in here as well. You've got the dragonfly. Do you know that that signifies new beginnings, Jan? The dragonfly. Yeah, it does indeed. You've got they got the fairy, You've also got the Schmetterling here as well. Then you've got your new home selection, Happy Birthday, Just for You, Party. This is the Pets collection. You've then got With Love, Best Wishes, Congrats for all of you Cliff Richard fans out there. You've got the numbers here, the emoticons, the sewing, and the plant parent as well. A really, really massive selection. Loads and loads. There was 96 different elements within there, which is awesome. Also, I've shortchanged you. Sorry, I've just realised one's escaped. The alphabet as well. Of all the ones to shortchange you on. Worth saying as well, if you do want to cherry pick on these, you can. 3 for £12. Or $15. However you get hold of them, just make sure you do. I think littler cards, smaller projects are becoming really popular again, aren't they, Jan? And these are so good for those.
They are, and I think now that things have opened back up again, I know people are getting back into the craft fairs and things like that, and I just think the little 4x4-inch cards popped in a box and done, you know, maybe half a dozen cards in the box with envelopes, just makes such a super gift when you're selling things on or even a 3x3 card, just those little dinky ones. And honestly, there's a bit of everything in this collection, but I'm just a bit worried now as to how I'm going to follow our Keith, because honestly, that was amazing. We love him to bits. Honestly, he brings such great stuff. And I'm just sat here now thinking, I've got to follow it now. I'm going to have to start sticking like this, aren't I?
Yeah.
He's back, look.
He's back. We better tell him about all the lovely comments that have come in for him as well. Joy says, thank you, Keith. Sean's excited for the new collection. Gilmore says, Keith, you are the funny. No collection is as funny as you. Jane says, thanks, Keith. You've been a breath of fresh air. You've made my day. And Hannah Law says, thank Keith, you're too funny. Love all your creativity. You've got an army of fans, Keith.
We do.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. Anyway, mini dies.
Mini dies. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit of mixing and matching. So we're going to make a background with the emoticons, and we're just going to use that one sort of folk heart out of there to make some background with. We're going to use the dragonfly to signify a new beginning, Joe.
It does.
So
indeed,
this is going to be the main sort of feature, like the embellishment, and then I'm going to use the congrats as the sentiment on there. So a little bit of everything on there. So what I've done, I did make a start on this. I've just taken that one. I love the folk heart one, the shape of this one. Nice little mini die. And I've cut out lots and lots on white card again that you can't see. Let me just grab that map there and you can see a little bit better. So I've just used some Centura Pearl for this, and I've got lots and lots, and just popped these through my Gemini and kept cutting so that I'd got a stash of them. And then what I've done is started putting it together, and I'm creating the effect of like an embossing folder. When you look at it there on the camera, it looks as if it's been embossed, but it's actually these little pieces that are just stuck on randomly. So with my glue, I'm literally I've just left a few to fill the gaps in. I did start sticking them at home so that we didn't take too long and I can get through more demos for you. So again, just with that tacky glue there, and I've literally got them going in all different directions to make it look as if this is a background. And we're going to pop the dragonflies on top of here. And I'm going to make a nice little dinky easel card with this one. I cut my piece of card down to 4.5 inches square. So again, we're just going to pop them at different angles. Just make sure we've got enough going on there. We'll go one upside down. We'll have one in there. Yeah, there's plenty there. So I think I cut about a dozen or so, I think. And again, using that mini, they're nice and easy to pop through the mini, so you don't have to worry about, the cutting element. And again, just pop them all the way around. I've got some of them going off the edge, so that it looks as if it's from a piece of cardstock rather than just randomly stuck in there. So that one's going to go in there. Did I stick them all? No, I didn't. There we go. Last one. Little bit of glue. And we'll pop that one upside down in that gap. So I've just got them all turned in different directions there. And you can see, we'll do a bit of a Keith on there, make sure they're stuck. I like that technique. Okay. And then I've just left this last edge to just show you can see where they've just popped over the edge there. Just take your scissors from the back and use the card as a guideline, and then I've just cut them level with the edge of the card. So it looks as if you've got that all over piece that almost looks embossed. If I hadn't have told you, it just looks like a piece of embossed card there, but it's made with those little dice for the background. So that's going to be the piece that I work on to. And then I've just got some matte and layers. Again, the Centura pearl in the background, and then this is a little bit of the lemon Centura. And this one's going to go just in the middle there as a matte and layer. So let's pop that on with the tape pen there. And then we're going to work up from there and add some more elements to it. So I've got a couple of these. I've not done the embossing, the faux embossing on the bottom one. Because we're doing an easel card, I need one for the front and I need one for the base of it. Now the base I've kept plain because once this is folded, you're only going to see a very small section of it. So that one can go on as well. Matted and layered on that same lemon cardstock there. So this is going to go inside my easel card, and I've just used some of those little pearls at the bottom, and you know where they've come from. Where have they come from, Johnny? Yeah? Yes, he's on it. They're the Dreamies pearls. I'm absolutely in love with those.
I think at some point,
I think there are, yes. I'm not doing it this month. I'm not sure who's on there, to be honest. But yeah, absolutely love them. Absolutely. So literally, this is just the 5.5. Did I say that's what it was? 5 inches square, scored at 2.5 to make that return for the easel. And then I'm literally just going to put tape on this bottom half. And I prefer to do it this way to remind myself that I only need tape on that section. If I taped on the back of here, I get carried away, put it on the whole thing, and actually you only need it on that bottom section. So we're just going to line those up with the edges there, give them a good press down, and you can see there we've got the beginnings of our easel card. So I've made a little stopper using the same colours there. So we'll pop that one on, and then we'll do a little bit of die cutting. I want to do one of the Dragonflies, and then I'll show you. I've got the Congrats cut, but I thought for anybody that's tuned in sort of as the show's gone on, we'll show you that Xyron in operation again, because I don't know, I think they are selling quite quickly. And I just wanted to show you how that worked. It's great for those sentiments.
Yeah, very, very busy still on that. Buy the 3-inch and get the 1.5-inch half price, which is amazing.
So it's just a case of deciding how far up. I usually go around about the middle, and this is going to be the same length as the card, and then pop that, and that's what stops it from sliding forwards. So that's the base card. And then what I want to do, I've got my favourite card ever is the gold satin Miri card out of our luxury card pack. So you get the 3 sets of glitter, Miri card and the satin. I absolutely love this stuff. And we're going to cut that little dragonfly out of here. So again, we'll bring in my mini, because these are all designed to fit through there.
They are going to go for all your other machines, aren't they?
Of course, yeah. They are just a thin metal die, Joe, so they will go, you know, if you wanted to cut, excuse me, several of these at a time, you can load them up right up onto your large Gemini plates and cut them all at once. But obviously with them being small dies, they're going to fit perfectly. So again, great for crafting with the kiddies. If you craft with your children, with your grandchildren, you know that hand-turn machine, there's no worries about getting any fingers trapped or anything like that as there is in the, you know, or potentially in the electronic one, should I say. So again, we're going to pop that one out with the release hole there. And just make sure we've got all those little pieces out. Yep, fantastic. And then what I've done is I've cut that again in some of the Centura pearl. So I've actually got 2 of them, and we're just going to stick them together along that body. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue. I want the gold one on the top and the pearl one underneath, but I'm going to leave the wings free so that they can actually lift and be a little bit more dimensional. So again, a little bit of wet glue on there.
I quite like them in craft. I find them a bit scary in real life, Jan.
Do you? I don't mind the dragonflies. It's the way they fly in straight
lines that scares me.
They are a bit sort of like, yeah, and I know what you mean.
They're like prehistoric, aren't they? They've been around for thousands of years.
Sort of, yeah. And literally, I'm just going to line those up over the top of each other. I'm not bothered about any kind of shadow with this. You can offset them slightly to make like a little drop shadow. But what I want to do is have the wings separate so that we can actually lift them and it looks a little bit more dimensional like so. All right. And then I've done that again at home. I made a second one just the same. Lift those wings up a little bit and we've got that sort of dimension. You can see there, if I tip it on its side, gorgeous. And just a nice size, as I say, to work with the cards. So those are going to be my embellishments. And then I've cut the word congrats, which is one of the wording sentiments. And even though these are designed for the mini, they're a lovely size to fit on any card. So even if you were doing a big card, I would just mat and layer this up a little bit and extend it so that it would go proportionate with a larger card as well as a smaller one. Now you can take your applicator and literally go all the way on the back. But what I'm just going to do for the benefit of anybody that hasn't seen these before is bring that Xyron back in. So let's pop those to one side. So again, we've got the front of it where you've got your tape actually coming out and this will pull out. And then on the reverse side, it says insert here. So inside on that white part is the adhesive and on the top is the piece, the carrier that we're going to take off. So you want your wording to be, I want that gold showing. So I'm going to put the gold facing up and trap it in between those two layers. Okay, and then just as you pull, it sort of squeezes it between those two sheets on the roller, and when you pull it through, it will come through the other side. Now there is actually a little tear off portion, but it's precious, my Xyron, so I literally just want to cut it close to that sentiment and leave it at that. Now that rub and peel technology literally means that we need to rub around that lettering. And this is where that technique with the Gemini comes in great. We've got a lot of spaces in between the letters. So if you haven't got a die cutting machine, just take, and I tend to use my scoring tool rather than a Pokey Tool because the Pokey Tool will scratch the coating here. And you just want to break the adhesion from where it's just sat on the carrier sheet to where the letters are. Otherwise, when you take the top off, you're going to get all these bits of stringy glue and it's hard to get rid of them. So you can break that adhesion just by popping round the outside. Alternatively, if you've got your Gemini, the best way that I find, and it takes seconds, is just to take your plate configuration, pop it in there, and the secret is that rubber mat. So by applying this is going to push into all those little gaps and do the job for me. Remember, these two never play together, so he gets to be left out at this point. Plastic and your top one. Pass it through the Gemini, and that's going to do the job for me. Instead of spending ages drawing around all the letters, pushing those little centres to make sure that they're all sorted, this is actually going to do the job because that little spongy embossing mat has done it for me. Excellent. So that now, when I actually take my carrier off, and there's a little bit of the clear that's longer than the rest of it, so just grab that one and peel it back, and this has actually taken all that excess adhesive and dealt with it. It's still on here. This bit's still sticky where it's not gone around the letters, but it's cleared it all. There's nothing here now that's actually going to cause a problem. So then we can just peel this off nicely. It's got sticky underneath, which is why it's sort of referred to as a sticker maker. And then we're just going to pop this in our piece that we've popped on foam to make the stopper there. So you've literally got that stuck, job done. No messing, no wet glue to seep out, no bits that you're going to damage the, the sentiment with. It works a treat, and it's as simple as that, and honestly, they are worth every single penny. So I cut out the little heart again here, just a couple of times in the yellow to make an embellishment. That's the same one that I used on the background. So we're just going to pop that one down in the corner there to offset that sentiment in the yellow. And then all we need to do is pop our dragonflies. And again, I'm just going to use a little bit of the tacky glue. It just needs to be tacked around, leaving all the body, all the wings free. So again, just get rid of the excess, and we're going to pop one at the top there. And then we're going to pop one at an angle the other way. So again, just a few little dots of glue. Just take off the excess so that it doesn't seep out onto that lovely satin card. This one's going to go this way. Just hold it down a second or two for that glue to grab. Make sure they're stuck down.
Where was that embossing folder from, did you say, Jan?
Sorry?
The embossing folder in the background.
That embossing folder, that's not an embossing folder.
What's...
Oh, you nipped out, didn't you? You didn't see me do that. No. This has actually been made just by cutting out the little hearts.
Sorry, I just presumed it was an embossing folder.
It does, it's like a faux embossing, yeah. So all I've done is cut the little hearts out several times.
Right.
And just stuck them onto the background and then trimmed around the edge so that it looks as if they're going off the edge.
Did you do that bit? Did you explain that bit while I was in the toilet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was just thinking, were you not watching? And then realised that you'd just nipped out. I thought, was he not watching me? Yeah, so that is just, it's like faux embossing. It really is. It's a nice effect, but you've got those lovely dragonflies, and then if we turn it round, you know, a really nice little card, you know, using those mini dies, but still quite a substantial card there.
Yeah,
if I just tip it forward, you can see that sort of faux embossing on there.
Really awesome.
So that was using 3 of the mini sets and just mixing and matching them together.
Yeah, fabulous, really cool. Let me take you back through the mini dies and exactly what you're getting in here. So really, really awesome selection for you. You've got the party, this one here. You've also got the pets. Then you've got with love, best wishes, congrats, which is the one that Jan has just used there. You've got your numbers. I love these, like little emoticons we're calling them. Really cool.
I like that set.
Sewing, plant parent, love that one. My plants are looking a bit worse for wear at the moment. They're not having a good time, Jan.
Are they not?
They're ready for summer.
Oh.
You've got the alphabet. They're all still alive. I've only killed 2 of them this winter.
Oh.
A succulent and an actual plant, unfortunately.
Oh, now they're not easy to kill, the succulents.
No, I know. But it is possible. A special friend is this one here. You've then got the baby selection, the tags. Always makes me think about Craig, that one. You've then got the dragonfly in here too, the fairy, the butterfly, the new home, happy birthday, and also just for you in there as well. Platinum members, 56, 79, 67, 96 if you want to get your hands on those. Brilliant saving for everyone though of almost £24 or $29. Out of the sky, like a light, like a hero, as Charlotte Perrelli sang in the 2008 Eurovision Song Contest for Sweden. It's getting close, Jan.
Sorry, I was just getting out my next demo. I was listening to you talking about the Eurovision,
Yeah, it was a Eurovision reference. Yeah, you wouldn't have got it anyway if you'd have heard it, Jan, to be honest. It was very obscure.
It's not something I tend to watch, Joe. I know you are a big lover of it, aren't you? But yeah, I've offended him now. Look.
The UK is unveiling their song tomorrow.
Right.
But we kind of know what it is already, and it's very, very good.
Is it?
Also, American viewers across the pond this year, they're getting their own version of Eurovision, the Great American Song Contest.
Yes,
that's all the states will be competing together.
Yeah.
It's going to be hosted by Kelly Clarkson and Snoop Dogg.
Oh, right.
And there's some famous people taking part in it as well. Michael Bolton.
Right, yeah.
Macy Gray.
Yeah.
Cisco.
Nice.
He's going to be in it as well. It's going to be great. Everyone can get involved in the fun.
And do we know who's representing the UK?
So he's a guy who is very famous on TikTok.
Right.
Called Sam Ryder. He's got 20 million TikTok followers. That's nearly as many people that live in the whole of Australia.
It is.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the hero talk.
Population of Los Angeles.
But it's very good. I'll play it to you after the show. It's on my Instagram stories as well, Janet. Have a look.
Right.
So the 3-inch one is what you're going to pay for, and you get the 1.5-inch one half price. That was quite the Tina tangent there, wasn't it? $17.98 or $25.98 if you want to get your hands on them. Absolutely exceptional. You've been waiting so long for these to come back in stock. Really cool as well that we've got these back in stock, because I know a lot of you are out of dotty tape pens at the moment. These might be a really good alternative to those for you, so make sure you snap those up. Want to also tell you as well about the ink pads that we've got available. It's a quick dry ink pad selection we've got here for you. I'll take you through the colours. So you're going to get pale fig. You've also got fire brown, fuchsia, green topaz, you've got lagoon, midnight, orange. I always think it should have something, it should be called orange something. It always surprises
just
me, it's
orange.
just called
All the
orange.
others have got a really nice name, haven't they?
It's
Orange
the
sunset
only
or
one
something.
that's the only one that's a colour that is just a colour like blue or green, and it always throws me. I always think, oh, have I said that right? No, it's called orange. It does what it says on the tin. You've got parakeet here. You've also got pine tree, and you've got pink tulip there as well, which is fantastic. Right, let's see what you're all saying at home. To get the number of days in a month, Joe, use your first. Oh, use your fist, not your first. Use your fist. 31 days on the knuckles and 30 or less in between.
Yep, that's how we used to teach it at school. So if you put your hand out like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Does it make sense?
January, February.
Where's January?
March, April, May.
Oh, like that?
June, July.
I mean, this seems more complicated than using. It seems more complicated than the other. I just think, I think sometimes you just have to make peace that you're not going to be able to be good.
Just one of those things, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Lots and lots of love coming in for that last demonstration. Lynn loves her hearts. Sarah Case, I'm looking extra snazzy today. Thank you, Sarah. We are moving back into the summer. We can stop wearing jumpers. It's beautiful.
It's not far off spring equinox, is it? It's coming. I think it's the 20th.
Yes.
The clocks go back the week after, don't they?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It was 13 degrees today in the northeast. Broke double figures, yeah. Question for Jan.
Yes.
When doing random designs, do you start in the middle or do you start around the edges?
Like the one that I've just done here with the hearts.
Yes.
What I did with this one was lay them all out dry.
Right.
So when I'd cut them, I did all the cutting first, and as I say, I cut about 12 or 14 of them and literally laid them out dry so that I knew where the spacing wanted to be. And then when I was happy with that layout, I started sticking some of them, and I went round the outside just because I was going to fill the rest of them in here on TV for you. But yeah, I would always sort of, rather than just randomly start sticking and maybe not get the spacing how you would like it, lay it all out dry, place everything, make sure, like with this one where I've turned them at different angles, and then when you're happy with it, you can then just lift them, stick, and do your trimming around the edge. Yeah.
Hope that answers your question. Lots of love for that last card. Lynn says this card's looking gorgeous. Sarah Kay says thanks Jan for explaining the Xyron. Joy says beautiful, such a delicate card, says Sherry, and Mary says such a beautiful card. Love the soft colours there as well. So loads of love for that last one. We're going to go back to these, the inverted nesting dies. They've been out of stock for a very, very long time. They are back, which is amazing. Full collection, repeating the launch offer when we first launched these. Now, I know we did a few smaller selections of these, so if you want to cherry pick, you can. They're available individually or two for £17 or $22. So you've got the zigzags, and you'll get that in the square, the circle, the oval, and also the rectangle. Then you'll also get the scallops, and that again will be in the square, the circle, the oval, and the rectangle. And you've also got the stitched scallop as well. Did I say that on the last one? That's that one, sorry. Next one is the stitched lace, is what I was trying to say. You've got it in the square, the circle, the oval, and also the rectangle for you there as well. $99.90 or $129.50. Are you getting two for free when you're getting them in that particular configuration? Now, something we launch every Monday, and we've got a fabulous one running this week for you. It is, of course, the Get It, Got It Good. Now, brilliant, because you're getting two collections or packs of our metallic markers, the original ones. They are legendary. You get the antique elements and the rare minerals, and you're going to get the metallic pencils too, which is that amazing wax pigment in there, which is brilliant. And you'll get the cardstock for free, which is brilliant, worth $9.99 or $14.95. So a really brilliant selection here for you. The metallic markers also are water-based. If you want to watercolour with them, they'll go onto lots of different surfaces, so glass, ceramics, so you can use them on stones and pebbles, a whole host of different things. Right. What would you like to show us next, Jan?
We're going to have a look at those inverted nesting dies again, because I know you're loving them out there. And like Joe said, you know, you can either sort of top up collections that you started maybe last year. If you're new to them, that bundle is always the best price for you when we bring them. And, you know, even if you have got them, I'd be tempted to, you know, to sort of go for that bundle, get that good price, and then you can actually cut more at once if you've got more than one set. So something like this that's been used over and over and over again, which I do lots of, the nesting dies and the inverted ones, it's nice to sort of have multiples of them so that you can cut more at once. So again, we did the zigzag one at the top of the show, and we made those little frames for the new baby card. Then we used the scalloped one to make that lovely little shaker box. So we're going to go to the lacy ones this time. So we've used all 3 of the designs. I've only used 3 out of the 4 shapes, but you will get the idea. So again, you can see that configuration just like it was with the rest of them. And just because I can see time ticking away and I've got another 5th demo that I want to try and get done, I'm actually going to talk you through how I've arrived at my sort of die cutting, because I've done some of this at home. So again, just for the benefit of anybody that's tuned in later in the show, they actually come as a 2-part system. So the die with the detail on doesn't have an external cutting edge. The reason we call them inverted is because all that beautiful design is inside the oval this time. Traditional nesting dies would have that lace edge around the outside of that shape. Inverted them, popped it on the inside. You've got all that beautiful stitch detail, which is going to emboss into the design. And then if you want to make it into a frame like I have done here, I've cut it together with the corresponding outside edge, which is that cutting shape. So I've cut both of these together, and you can see that layer there, that size, has created. And I've just looked at that laid down there now, and I just saw an Easter egg, Joe.
Yes,
I don't know
absolutely.
why.
Or maybe
this is how random my brain works, and it's usually at 4 o'clock in the morning.
A very fancy Fabergé egg.
Yes,
you know,
just nice to have. I'm just thinking.
A few million sat around at Easter.
Like a nice alcohol background, sort of marble background in there or something. It would be beautiful, wouldn't it? As I said, my mind works in very mysterious ways. So that was the first one. And I've done that a couple of times out of craft card because of the way I'm going to put the card together. I just wanted this to be a little bit more stable. So I've just stuck the 2 together, again, to make it a bit more rigid. And then I've gone down to the next one. And I've cut myself just a plain oval in craft card, and then in some design paper, just to make the background piece that I want to sit inside that piece. And again, I wanted this to be a little bit more rigid for the way that we're going to attach it to the card. And then I've added in the lace one. So I've cut these 2 together now to make that frame, and I've done that in some of the sort of, it's like a burgundy colour.
I made my first packet of mini eggs yesterday, Jan, of the season.
Moorish.
Yeah, and the problem is
You
the
can't
earlier you
just
go,
eat
the
half
earlier you
a
have your first
packet.
pack of mini eggs.
Oh,
that's it, because then every time you stop at the garage or the shop, they talk to
and
you.
they've got them on offer at £1, haven't they, in a lot of places?
And there's quite a substantial bag for £1.
It is, yeah, it is,
I
but you
mean,
can't eat half a bag.
No.
Sorry.
You just can't.
So again, next 2 down with the external edge and the cutting edge. I've cut the frame in craft card and then cut the back in the coloured card with just the plain die. So you can see how these are sort of coming into play. And then the very little one, I skipped the lacy die and just used the plain oval to actually create my sentiment piece there. So birthday wishes, it only just fit in there. I was trying to find a stamp that would fit in it because I sort of, right, no, I need it vertical. So yeah, it just fits in there from edge to edge. So that was all the die cutting with the frames. Let's pop all those to one side. And then we're going to make a gatefold card. So again, I've gone with the craft card. And we've got, I think we ended up with 5.5 by 7.25 by the looks of it. Yep. Okay. And literally folded it to make my gatefold. So just scored it to make the gatefold card, and then I've got some mats and layers using that lovely, and you can see where I've done my die cutting. Yeah, don't waste it. Nobody's going to see that bit because this is going to be face down. So that piece that we did to go, where was it? I think this frame came out of there, and then there was also enough to get this piece out of there without having to cut into another piece of cardstock. So again, be frugal with it. So this is just going to go in the back of that design, and then I've got 2 panels, very, very similar to this, to go on the front. And what I did with my piece of card, even though it's not actually running together, I actually cut it out of one piece of paper, so you've got a continuous design here. But these are actually going to go on the outside. Again, the pearls are in. Everything now has to have the pearls on. It's just become a necessity now. I'm just getting obsessed with them. So the challenge is going to have to be to do something without pearls on, I think. So again,
Journaling says Fabergé egg style card would be fabulous done in metallics. You've given me ideas there, Joe.
yeah,
Thank
as I
you.
say, it was just a random. And as I say, usually those random thoughts occur at about 4 a.m. in the morning. And I have to write it on the notepad at the side of the bed so that I don't forget.
next to the bed?
I do, because I have lots of random thoughts, and I'm often awake. I call it the witching hour. 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm often awake.
Are you?
And if I do start getting ideas, I have to jot them down, because if I fall back to sleep again before the alarm goes off, then I forget all about them.
Catherine is, she sounds like our kind of person. I ate too many mini eggs earlier. I've been so greedy that I've hurt the roof of my mouth, crunching through.
Oh, with the crunchy shells on them, yeah.
I love that.
That's brilliant.
How do you eat your, not like cream eggs obviously, but mini eggs? I go straight in and chomp into them.
Do you? I like to soften the candy so that the chocolate goes all gooey, yeah.
No, I'm just honestly throwing them up in the air. Yeah, crunching them straight away.
So again, you can see I've used that. That's the second largest of those plain circles. So they all play nicely together. The stamp, again, most of the sentiment stamps that I use here are from that lovely verse compendium. And I've just done that to go on the inside so that there's some detail when you open the card. So that's just going to go in the centre there. And then on the outside, the reason I strengthened those pieces was what I want to do is pop these over the centre of that gatefold, but I'm just going to stick, obviously, one side. So I'm just going to make myself a little pencil mark on the back. So we want to go from the top of that one down to the bottom of that one. And then I want to put some glue around this edge. So I'm only going to stick that, otherwise the card's not going to open. So right round here, little bit of the wet glue, you can use your tape if you wish, but that's perfect to go around there. And then again, we're just going to line that up, similar distance top and bottom. I'm using that scallop to create the middle. And then we're going to pop this at this side. So that's why I strengthened that bit, because this is going to stand alone. And then we're going to build these areas up in between, but I'm going to stick this one at this side. All right, so again, I just want to go halfway, but on the opposite side. And then we're going to get a really nice closure effect on the card. It's going to look as if you've got that lovely layering nesting dies. Just get that one centred in the middle there. But when you open, you've got this lovely interconnecting, sort of locking mechanism. And then I'm going to build the rest of them up on here. So we're going to go with that little frame again. And again, just around the edge. You don't need to worry too much about the scallops. Again, you know, if you want to pop it through your Xyron, you're going to get that all over coverage. So I'm just going to grab the tweezers, because this fits nicely over the top of the one that we've cut there. Get that lined up. Press that one down. And then I've got the little one that's going to go inside again. So again, just a little bit of, I need to fill up my applicator. It's getting down a bit low. And again, that one's going to line up in the centre of that one. And this just shows those nesting dies at their best. It really does. This is how they were sort of, the concept was designed for you to be able to stack and layer them. And then I've put a foam pad just to raise that little centrepiece there, which has got my outside sentiment. So it says birthday wishes, and then the one inside corresponds to that with another birthday sentiment. So that one's going to go on the top there. And then again, as I say, we've got this lovely sort of idea where it opens up with a piece on each side. And that's why I strengthened this one and put the craft on the back here so that it looks as if it's all part of the card. But then when we close it, it goes and it looks as if it's all one particular design there.
Absolutely
so that's
fabulous.
those lace ovals there. It stands up to show you the design. But yeah, just a different way of using them. And, you know, it looks very effective, but very, very simple to do when you watch those stages broken down.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. Sarah Kay says, "Oh, Jan, how clever." Kathy says, "Love that, Jan." Did you want to get ready for a demo of the show, Jan? And then
yeah. So let me just pop
I know
all
you've
those
got
to
more
one
that you
side.
want to squeeze in.
I've got
as
one
well.
more demo using the stamps, yeah, which is lovely. It's a shame it's not in the demo of the show. Can I pop it together quickly?
Oh,
Because
Jan.
it's a nice one. Can I go rogue? Go on then.
Go on then.
Go on.
Right, you.
It will, yeah, it will be.
Yeah,
I can do it quick because it's all prepped.
Let me quickly whiz back through these. Jan I'm in canvassing, Jan. You're very cheeky. So you've got zigzags here. So you've got square, circle. You've also got the oval and the rectangle. Same shapes throughout all of these. You've got them then in the scallop squares. And then of course your 4 basic shapes again. And then also in the lace there, the square, the circle, the oval, and also the rectangle there as well. Right, I need to tell you about the stamps. Very busy on those Xyron still as well at the moment. You guys are absolutely loving those. Let's go through the stamps. And so they're layering texture stamps, and these are brilliant. You've got on here, this one here is Special Friend. On your special day, they're obviously referring to the sentiments which are in each one. I love the fact you've got a bit of everything in here though. They are really great. You know, like sometimes maybe you'd have to wait, you'd have to really spend some time building up your stash of stamps to get all the different sorts of backgrounds, the sentiments, the embellishments, the corners. Whereas these have got all of them in. I think if you are looking to build your stash, great one to go for. The price on these is unbelievable as well. You're saving almost £30, almost $35, and they're costing you what, less than £10 or $12 as a platinum member. Right, Jan?
They are. Yeah, sorry, Joe.
That's
they
right.
are great, yeah, because not only, if you've got that as a bundle, they will mix and match. We've put together in sets, but there's no reason why you can't mix and match them as well. And each one's made up of a similar format. So you've got a couple of backgrounds in there, you've got some focal points, you've got a sentiment in there, and then you've got some little embellishment stamps as well. So just to show you the size of them as well, they are a decent size. That I've chosen that Game of Cards one, that just sort of shouted out to me. I thought it was a really nice design. Now I'm going to talk you through some of it. I was going to make the background for you, but with seeing the time ticking away, you've actually seen me do this before. I've taken a piece of stamping card and I started out with 3 colours of pigment ink. So I've got Straw Bale, Spring Meadow, Oasis, using my sponge applicator to create a background with the 3 colours. And then I've chosen the corresponding, well, almost corresponding. I went from Straw Bale to Lemon Tonic. I've got the same colour on the other 2 in the water reactive.
Okey-doke.
Because when I show you these, let me show you 2 from the same colour family. This is the pigment ink and this is the water reactive. So there's a slight shade difference that because of the nature of the pigment ink, they're a little bit more pastel tone. So for overstamping, you're going to get a slightly darker image with the water reactive. So again, you've got that pigment ink in the Spring Meadow, and then you've got you can see how there is a little, either they're the same colour family,
yes,
it's the nature of the ink. So for overstamping, those water reactive inks were great. And what I did was actually make a piece. Let me just see if I've got the 2 that fit. Yeah, those 2 fit together. Literally, that's my square. And you can see where I've done the paler colours in the background. And then I've taken some of the stamps. So I've got the grid one here that we've gone over with the water reactive in the Oasis. I've got the lovely Harlequin one, which didn't quite show up enough with the Straw Bale in the water reactive, so I jumped up to the Lemon Tonic there just to give it some definition. And then I've also done the little jester hat here, the Joker hat, just in some elements to fill the gaps in the Spring Meadow over the top. So that's how I arrived at those background pieces. And as I say, I was going to do them for you, but I want to try and fit the demo in. And then these actually measure 5 1/4 inches square. And then I've put them through the guillotine and cut them diagonally in half.
Okay,
so you'll need to do 2 of these to get, because we want 3 panels altogether. And you'll have a spare one which you can use either for die cutting sentiments or things like that. So again, just cut down the middle, and then I've done exactly the same with a piece of silver glitter card, and that measured, what did I say that one was? 5 1/4. So the silver glitter card measured 5 1/2 square. Cut it again down that diagonal, and you've got a matte and layer. And then just round the edge of the coloured piece, I've just touched the edge of it with a black ink pad so that it stands out off that silver background. So we're going to use these then along with the background pieces to make that TP card, which again is really simple to do when you see the process. So my background cards measure 5 3/4 square, and again I've scored them and folded them diagonally to create that shape. You can see there where these are going to come in to make the matte and layer. Okay, so just to pop this one together, we've got all 3 pieces here. And what we're going to do is, where the score line is here, I'm going to turn this one so that one of my straight edges sits along that score line and the points match up at the top. So I just want to put glue to about here. And again, I'm just going to use for speed that tape runner, which is going to secure that fine. Make sure I've got it, around the edges. And then we just, again, if I show you that again, this one's got the diagonal vertical here. And then this one, from vertical, I'm going to tilt it sideways. And we're going to match up the point at the top and the score line and get that one stuck in place. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it so that my middle one is now vertical. All right, and then we're going to do the same again. So this one's going to turn so that the point matches up. So again, I'm just going to put my finger there so that I know where I want to go with the tape. Plenty of tape on it because it is a sort of movable card, this one. Once it's made, there's a certain element of moving in there. So again, from that vertical fold line here, I'm going to tilt it till that this straight edge matches up with my score line, match the point, and it really is as simple as that. Sticking those 3 pieces together, and then when we bring it together at the other side, it's going to overlap just the same. So this one is going to overlap this one, and you've got that lovely sort of TP design going on.
Perfect.
So I'm going to decorate it first and then stick it together. So what I've done is I made these the right size to actually go on the panels here. So you can just see those in here. So again, nice and quick with the tape pen. Perfect. Just to get those panels in place. This one's going to be the, in fact, no, I want to start on one.
Mary Rhino says, holy crow, incredible price on this set. Joyce says, what a great deal. Catherine says, that's a great deal. I use these stamps all the time.
Yeah, they're great. And even, you know, you might have a piece of design paper that you want to add a little bit, you know, so it might be a piece of paper out of a paper pad. The ones that are uncoated, you could add your own extra design to them. That makes them unique then. So when you're using those on your project, nobody's going to have anything that looks the same. Just by adding a few little pieces, you know, that little bit of texture here and there, looks absolutely great. And again, they look nice stamped in clear ink over the pattern papers, and embossed in clear powder gives you that sort of glassy sort of texture over them as well. So yeah, not just for this kind of thing, but actually enhancing your own, you know, your design papers as well. So what I'm going to do then, I've pinched one of the little Velcro buttons from those sets that we had on Craft Along earlier. So again, I'm just going to take the back off one side there. Just want to take the backing paper off. And just in order to keep this closed, come on, Jan. There we go. Really sticky. All right, I'm going to pop that on there. And then where this comes together now, just under this corner here, so it's this back corner, I'm going to pop my little sticky pad there. And then we need to try and get that other backing piece off. There we go. Do you know, getting carrier paper off sticky things is just not my forte. Come on, there we go. Very, very sticky. And then when we close it together now, that's going to line up nicely with that outside. And then I'm just going to let that stick, and then we can separate the Velcro to open it and send it flat. And then the rest of this in here, you've got the means here of making your own little deck of cards. So again, you can see I've just stamped out the Jack, Queen, King. I've gone for 3 of the different suits there, and I've used that little jester hat again just to link it in the centres in the same colours there. And we're going to use these to decorate the edges of here. So I thought we'd pop a couple on one side. So I'm going to stick a couple of them together like so. And we're going to pop those on one side. So where's my little sticky bud gone? That's going to be the back. So we're going to pop a couple of these on here. So I'm just going to open it again to work on here flat. So again, just now that that's stuck, they are very, very sticky. There we go. We've not got one on each side. Pulled it apart, Jan. Don't know my own strength. There we go. We need to take the hook away from the loop. There we go. So, okay. So we're going to pop this one on here. In fact, I would be better with it closed if I can manage it, because I can see the orientation. So that's the back. Yeah, we'll put the glue on here instead of the card. Obviously, you would spend much more time at home. So I'm just going to pop a couple of the cards on that one. Didn't need the glue on the back there. It will rub off. There we go. And then I'm going to put one on the other side as well. So again, we'll just pop some down the middle and pop one of the cards on that side. And
this is going to be the fastest card of the show
and
card of the day votes.
I'm almost done. I've just got to pop my sentiment on there. So I've just stamped out the Your Ace, stamped out the little jester's hats again, just as to link it all together. And we've got that just as an extra. So I've got the green one can go around that side. I've got a little blue one. I just coloured it in with some pencils that were the same colours as the ones on here. A quick
Poor
one.
Susie T. She's spitting feathers in the comments.
I'm nearly here. I just wanted this one into the. We'll pop that one on there. We'll pop the sentiment. Speed crafting on the front there with the cards. And you can see there we're sorted.
Brilliant.
Okay?
Right, so demo of the show.
Quick then. All right, so top of the show we did the new baby card. That was using the inverted nesting dies and the mini alphabets. Number 1. Number 2 was the inverted nesting dies, making the little shaker element on the gift box. That was number 2. Number 3, we went back to the mini dies and we made that lovely little easel card with the faux embossing in the background. So that was number 3. Number 4, back to those nesting dies, and we made that one with the interlocking front on there. Number 4. And number 5, we just made the TP card with that lovely textured stamp set there.
30 seconds to vote. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, Susie. Best of luck, Susie.
Oh, bless.
And then we'll do card of the day after that as well. So I want to take you back through the stamps. If you were to get this, saving it on these is absolutely amazing. They're an incredible set of stamps. Now, there should be $7.99 each. So you're not even paying for 2, are you? You're not even paying for 2. That's redonkadonk. $11.98, $14.92. So you've got Special Friend, which is this one just here. Then you've also got On Your Special Day. I love the fact you've got so much. You've got texture, larger images. You've also got sentiments, corners, flourishes, a little bit of everything in each one of these. This one here is the Your Ace. You've also got Just a Note and Thanks in there as well. Right. The Hero Tool, which is this one just here. Of course, these have been out of stock forever and a day. These have definitely been out of stock since I've worked here, which is what, over 2 years now. So, I mean, absolutely amazing that we've finally got these back in for you. They are so cool. So you've got the 3-inch Xyron sticker maker, and you'll get then the 1.5-inch one. You get that half price, which is amazing. So definitely worth having in your craft stash. $14.38 or $20.78 if you want to get your hands on those ones just there. Right, very busy, loads of you going for those. A lot of you choosing to multi-order as well on that one. Remember, because it's the hero tool, it will only last for 24 hours. Yeah, definitely snap that up. Right, we are waiting. There's typing happening. I think it's going to be number 4, Jan.
Right.
But I'm just waiting for it to be confirmed. Number 4, Jan.
Yep, excellent. I'll bring that over, Joe, while you grab the others.
Excellent. So,
okay.
Card of the day. 1, Mr. Keefs. Thank you, Jan. I think, yeah, I mean, Jan, you've got 2 great ones in today. Number 1, 2 is Jan's craft along, which is this one here. I mean, how incredible is that? Or 3 is Jan's from Creative Craving. You've got 10 seconds to get your votes in. 1, 2,
My
4,
fault.
3. 30 seconds to get your votes in. I mean, it's going to be close. Yes, right, tomorrow. What's happening tomorrow? A brilliant day. Honestly, it's all go, isn't it? George and Craig will be back tomorrow. That'll be Wake Up Call, which will be absolutely loads of fun. There's a launch day tomorrow. Myself, my TV wife Debbie Fisher, and George will all be here over the course of 3 hours, bringing you those new shadow boxes. So that's going to be very, very exciting. And then tomorrow, myself and Debbie for 3 hours with a fantastic carload, which will be loads of fun. Make sure you join us for that. Oh, and then Friday, Becky S is going to be here like all day on Friday. I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. But she has her own brand of incredible fabrics that she's going to be showcasing all day on Friday. When are you back, Jan?
It's a good couple of weeks, I think, before I'm back up here now. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a break for just the way it's fell this month, yeah? So that we all get a go at doing things. But I will be back, don't worry.
Amazing. Demo of the day goes to number 2, Jan.
Oh, thank you very much, guys.
Johnny's like, oh yeah, all day. Yeah, Craft Along was absolutely fantastic. So I'll pop that up onto Cabinet of Creativity. Big thanks to Jan. Big thanks to the team in the gallery. Thanks to the team backstage, of course, as well. Thanks, of course, to all of you guys as well at home. If you're across the pond, enjoy the rest of your day. If you're here in the UK, enjoy the rest of your evening. If you're in Europe, it's late. Get to bed. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.